right, let me record this real quick. It's some bullshit, bro. It's some fucking bullshit. And you, like I said, I got a decade in this shit, and it's the same shit. And people thought it was gonna get better because of like Netflix and Hulu. No, all them niggas did just went out and bought them bitches. Low key, they just don't realize that they bought the bitches, but they bought them. Like Hulu is owned by Comcast. Motherfuckers don't realize that shit. So it's like, motherfuckers, they went it all the way around. This is some bullshit, bro. That's just like that whole thing when Comcast was slowing Netflix down. People was like, man, why is my Netflix glitching? Because Comcast said, fuck you niggas. Get your ass back on this goddamn video. And they thought they was going to go to the people that Comcast is paying to allow the policies to stop that. Comcast said, bitch, we got billions of dollars. Some bullshit, man.
This is why monopolies are not supposed to be legal. But there are a lot of monopolies that still exist.
Yes, they don't call them monopolies, but they are monopolies.
They just diversify their fronts, so it looks like it's different things, but. Time Warner or whatever the fuck, they still own like most of the, or what is it, Time Warner or Viacom or whatever the fuck. They still own
Comcast, Comcast and AT&T. That's it. And you got Spectrum.
Oh, I'm saying Comcast is owned by, like what, Time Warner?
No. The way that this break, Comcast owns pretty much all the cable networking that you do, plus they own a lot.
I'm talking about media in the whole world.
Comcast, bro.
No, hold on, man. Let me look this.
Look it up. Look it up.
No, what I'm saying is,
okay, you know, like NBC Universal. You know, like NBC Universal, them motherfuckers.
Comcast. Who owns Comcast? Is what I'm.
Comcast owns Comcast.
Oh no.
I'm telling you, bro. Comcast owns so much goddamn shit. It should be a leak. Matter of fact, Viacom, the channel you was just talking about, is owned by Comcast.
Let me see, man.
They own a lot of shit. It's AT&T and Comcast. Them the big ones. Then you got like Spectrum, which is basically partnered with Comcast. Like the only reason Comcast didn't buy out Time Warner is because the FCC blocked that shit. But the only reason they blocked that shit is because people were bitching, and so they let Charter come in and buy Time Warner out. But Charter and Comcast literally have an agreement to where they do not compete against one another because they literally use the same technology. So you'll never have a place to where like this Spectrum and Comcast, because they're basically might as well be brother companies. They just don't call themselves that. Some bullshit. But then AT&T got everything else basically.
No, it says AT&T to merge with Comcast.
If they do that bullshit, bro. If they do that bullshit,
I told you this shit is a goddamn monopoly, man.
Every American needs to riot. See, if they do that bullshit, that's when Americans have a right to go and storm the fucking Capitol. No, y'all can't do this bullshit.
Look at it, it's right here.
I haven't looked it up, but I can believe it.
ATT broadcast to merge with Comcast, man. And it says, let me see what is a date? No, wait, this is from 2001. This is 2001.
That's not right. Right now, the main companies as far as ISPs, again, is AT&T and Comcast. But Comcast, the real main one.
But are they separate companies?
Yes, they're separate. They're separate from in the public's eye. Now, when it comes to how they work, Comcast actually rents some AT&T lines to be able to have their lines on. So you know, like the actual telephone poles, because AT&T is historically a telephone company, it's a communications company. That's why, like when it comes to fiber and stuff like that, they're the ones that are like way ahead, way more advanced, because Comcast is historically a TV company. So basically, the way that it's structured out. And the way that it's structured out, in order to try to separate them so they don't become monopolies, this is how they did that shit back in like the late late 90s, early 2000s is that Comcast, since it's a traditional cable company, they have to pay an extra fee to be able to distribute out internet. But they're still, their main thing is TV. So you'll always see Comcast pushing out TV. Even when they're just trying to push out their internet, they'll always try to have a TV attached to it because they're
They
historically a
own
TV
ABC.
company. I told you, Comcast on a lot. But AT&T is historically a communications company, a telephone company, right? And so in order to not compete or compete with Comcast, they they get lower rates on their data transfer stuff, but then they have higher rates on their actual television. So think stuff like Uverse and DirecTV, which they just sold off to Mexico and stuff like that, right? But AT&T also owns pretty much all of the telephone lines inside the United States. And if you notice, a lot of the Comcast lines are actually ran on those telephone poles. So Comcast actually pays AT&T like a rental fee to be able to use those poles. You see what I'm saying? It's all some bullshit. Like if you really really start looking into that shit, it's like you motherfuckers they act like they're competing against one another, but realistically they're just washing each other's backs. You know what I'm saying? Like if they say the internet's going to be this price, you're never going to have like internet that's going to be drastically different between the two. They going to act like they're different. When you actually look at their damn bill and see what they're actually paying, everybody's typically paying somewhere about $80, $90 a month for the internet service when it comes to full price. But that doesn't include any type of like promotions and shit like that. With promotions, it's usually like 50, $60. You see what I'm saying? Like they gonna act like it's some different shit, but it's not. But again, going back to how I started with this bullshit, I'm gonna have to go down the spectrum tomorrow and probably go ahead and get that shit done. I just fuck them niggas though. I just want them to know that shit off rip. Fuck y'all niggas. Fuck AT&T and fuck Spectrum.
Train has ended. As soon as you say that shit, they be like, "Oh, I bet."
That's some bullshit, bro. That's what's some bullshit.
Nigga watching the stream like, "Oh yeah."
I got some for your ass.
We having a service disconnection. What a shame.
There's been a power outage in your area, like your specific address. We could be in that bitch in about 24 hours when your ass straighten up. That's low key what they be doing. That's low key what they be doing. That's some bullshit, bro. That shit should be illegal, but it's not for some goddamn reason. But yeah, man, let's get into the goddamn topic. We ain't even talked about it. Kevin Samuels.
Dang.
You see that shit, bro? I sent you that shit yesterday, man. I thought that shit was fake when I was first hearing about it. And then more news come out. And then I'm just like, goddamn, this shit might be real.
Well, I mean, here's my thing. We haven't heard from him.
Your ass ain't shit. Man, I ain't about
to... Oh shit, man. And I only say that because sometimes, man, people do be like, so and so died and shit like that, man. And then like they come up with like, nigga, I ain't died.
Right.
So
they usually do that shit.
So
I knew it was like, yeah.
All I seen because they was trying to say, man, if you look at all these damn Twitter news sources, man, it's like you never know. You really don't never know. But I feel like if it wasn't true, he probably would have said something by now. Like,
right, that's what I'm saying. As soon as it started like really gaining heat and he didn't say nothing, I'm like, God damn, this nigga actually might.
Yeah, man.
Might actually.
That just came out of nowhere.
Right, because he literally had just did a stream less than like 12 hours, and I guess he hooked up with some thick ass Latinas that he met, which he getting a whole lot of heat over that shit because supposedly he only supposed to date slender girls with a collarbone.
He had to go out with a bang, boy. So here's my thing. She might have gave his ass a heart attack. Shit.
That's probably what I'm thinking, bro. Okay. Personally, I think it was some foul play. But I think, like I said, and I posted this yesterday on my timeline or whatever. Honestly, I think it might have been some goddamn voodoo shit. Some goddamn hex shit, bro.
Let me tell you why, man. Let me tell you why it wasn't. It wasn't no fucking number one. As a person who's not involved in that type of shit, you are I'll put it this way, right? As a person who is like relatively like a civilian
Yeah.
in terms of like spirituality and shit like that, but you do have a connection to some sort of higher essence. You have you have what you call a soul family, and you basically have a spiritual, what you would call upper dimensional beings that watch out for you and shit like that.
Right.
Meaning, like, meaning it doesn't matter how hard you wish that something bad would happen to somebody. If that's not part of their, if that's not part of their life plan, you're not going to just be able to just fucking remotely put some kind of curse on somebody to where it's like really going to hurt them. What's really going to happen is if you're playing with that dark shit, um, it's going to it's going to it's just going to generate negative momentum that's going to come back onto you, like
Right.
99% of the time. Because if it was that easy, nigga, do you think that Trump would exist
Right.
with the with
But see, that's the thing. But see, what made me really like think about that, and it's not even my original idea, so I don't want to take credit for that. Right? It was a post that I saw yesterday. You know, it was either on Twitter or Facebook. They were just talking about
no, I
all
saw
of
the
these
same post,
girls
and it was
talking
somebody.
about that divine femininity shit like that, right? And I'm like, you know
No,
what,
I
Mike?
saw the same post,
Right.
and somebody else said on their post, they was like, as a person who's into voodoo, that's not what it was, and I can confirm that shit.
I don't
But
know, man. All I know is it's
nah,
something foul. All I know is something just ain't right with this shit.
here's
Something
my
ain't right.
thing.
You know what
Here's
I'm
my
saying?
thing. The way that he is, he might have just been on his way out to begin with, and we just didn't know about it.
True.
That's
That's true.
I mean, look, you got to look at the trajectory of what he was doing, right? If anything, it wasn't no motherfucking magic. It was probably some fucking niggas being like, "Oh, he's having too much of a positive impact," because the people who really know are understanding that he was in a position to help.
Right. That's why. That's all I'm
But he
saying is
was
that it was. All I'm saying is that there's a conspiracy with the
it
shit.
wasn't no magic or no shit, but it might have definitely been something like where, you know what I'm saying, like we gotta take this nigga out sort of
Yeah.
shit. Like it definitely could have been.
Bro, I don't think it's a coincidence that Will Smith goes down at the same time as Chris Rock. Two of the most, like, from a perceptual wise, like, these are the good black guys. They take them niggas out at the same damn time. And then they take Kevin Samuels out right after he has got to the point to where he's working with people like Future and stuff like that. Like, I don't know. I just don't think that shit is a coincidence. I don't believe in coincidences like that. And I don't think it's just a coincidence that he met up with some fine ass, thick ass Latina that randomly pop up from how the story is being told. They just met up at a club last night. And then the next morning, less than 12 hours after meeting this bitch, his ass had croaked over on top of her ass, talking about my chest hurt. Then next minute, you know, his ass is dead.
But do we know? Do we know how?
No, well, I'm just going off the story that was presented. Again, all of this is just going off the
We don't
story.
have. Gee, this is my problem right now. That we don't have any information other than just the fact that he supposedly, passed.
Well,
So it's
there was a police report. The police report. I'm going off of basically the police report that was given to the media and given to us. Now, again, we all know how this media and stuff like
what
that.
did it say? I didn't see the police report. So
I'm
what did
telling
it
you.
say?
So basically, what it said is that the girl that he met up with at the club that previous night or whatever, Kevin Samuels basically woke up in the morning and said that he was having some type of chest pains. Walked over to her and then he passed out on top of her. Then she called 911, and then basically by the time they got there, he was dead. That's ultimately the gist of the shit that went down. What up? Hold up. Matter of fact, they just posted some shit on Shade. Let's read this shit.
Okay. Yeah, for some reason my mic cut out and then I couldn't hear nothing you were saying.
Oh no, you good, man. So this is okay. So this is the incident report. This was at 6 o'clock in the morning, right? 7:54, but the event started at about 6 o'clock in the morning. Uh, on May 5th, 2022, unit number whatever responded to a call regarding a person injured upon arrival. The officer observed the fire department performing CPR to a black male unresponsible on the floor in his apartment. Basically, Kevin Samuels at that point. Blank stated that she met Kevin Samuels last night, came to his apartment, spent the night with him, said that early morning Kevin Samuels complained of chest pain and she attempted to help him, but he fell on top of her, and then she proceeded to call 911.
What? Wait, hold on, man.
Thank you. You see what I'm saying?
Oh, wait, hold on. No, let me take a look, man.
Look, I'll send it to you, man. Look, man, I will send it
Yeah,
to. Let me. Matter of fact, what I do is I'll tag you in it right now. I'll tag you this shit right now. You can read it yourself. You can read. I'm literally reading it. I'm telling you, yeah. My man, the guy got our nigga, man.
That's crazy.
They got our nigga. That's what I'm saying. Like either
this is such a people don't fucking realize how much of a loss this shit is, G. Because it's not like there's anybody else who can just take up the mantle, G.
I mean, the only next niggas we got is O'Shea, Fresh and Fit.
No.
I'm just saying that these the only motherfuckers left, and then the Lapeef Network, like Anton Daniels, but none of these people, like you said,
nobody heard of these niggas, man.
You right though. You right. You're 100% right. Hey, I'm not disagreeing with you on that. You're 100% right. They got the right one because he was the one that was really leading. He was the one that was really pushing that shit to the forward. He was the one that got somebody like Cam Newton to come live and say, "Yo, these bitches need to shut the fuck up." That's ultimately what he got to do. And that's probably what they said, we gonna kill this nigga. They got Cam Newton saying this shit on the radio, we gonna kill this nigga. So you're probably right. It might have just been some shit to where, motherfucker, she was a goddamn FBI agent or Secret Service agent undercover to get his ass. That's why I said I feel like this is some Epstein shit. You reading that shit? I'm reading that shit. All I know is there's definitely some foul play in this shit. I just don't. Look, I'm not the healthiest person at all. I'm fat as hell. But Kevin Samuels was a person that obviously survived cancer, and if anything was to take him out, I would have thought it would have been like cancer would have, came back. Not a heart attack. A heart attack is something that fat folks get usually, or folks that are like eating terribly and shit like that. But Kevin Samuels didn't look like he was a person that ate terribly or anything like that. That's why I'm saying that shit don't make sense. But you could call really what they said it was cardiac arrest because people don't realize that cardiac arrest and a heart attack aren't necessarily the same thing. Cardiac arrest means that your heart stopped beating, right? People don't realize that that's the biggest. You say what?
You send the link in this chat?
No, I tagged you, bro. I tagged
you. Yeah, I don't be seeing that shit, man.
All right, hold on. Let me send the link. I'll send it to the chat right now, man. There you go. But people don't be realizing that cardiac arrest is like one of the easiest excuses for when a motherfucker get like strangled, but they don't actually see no signs of a strangulation or any type of foul play. You can say that, oh, this motherfucker just their heart stopped beating. And there's so many reasons why your heart stopped beating. You see what I'm saying?
No, let me tell you. Here's the thing for real. If the government wants to get rid of you, right? they have ways to where they can prick you with the needle or put some kind of substance in your food or something like that, and it will end up making it look like you died of a heart attack.
Right.
So
That's all I'm saying.
this is
That's all I'm
this is
saying.
the CIA. This is the type of shit that can happen to a person who, you know what I'm saying.
Right.
So
Hey, that was just all I'm saying is that it's some foul play in this month. All I know is this shit they add up. That shit don't make any goddamn sense. This nigga was just on live telling bitches they wasn't shit 12 hours ago. Basically, and the next morning that motherfucker died on top of him. Come on, man.
that's
But at
crazy.
least he went out. At least he went out over a thick ass Latina. On top of a motherfucker said shit. This last little bust off. Like, I ain't gonna lie. If I gotta go out, man, that's the way I want to go out. Shit.
Man, that's tough, G.
It really is. It's fucked up. It's crazy though, because I was looking like, I don't know if you saw them damn Twitter though, but so many people are like happy that this motherfucker's dead. That's how I know something's like, come on, man, something's wrong with you, motherfucker. But he was making too much. He was making too big of an impact. He was making too big of an impact. Regardless of whether you agree with everything he was saying or whatever, the message, the ultimate message, was able to be felt by most people, and he was making too big of a goddamn impact. You too big of an anomaly to the system. We gotta kneel your ass, get your ass out.
That's crazy, G. Like people, this is my thing. This one thing that's good, G. I feel like he was able to cover a lot of ground because he was so consistent with his, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I feel like there are a lot of people who will still be helped, even though now he's no longer here. Because he left a body of work.
Yeah, that's true.
That, you know what I'm saying? Like, and that's a good thing, man. That's a good thing. That's a good thing, man. That's one thing that's good. You know, if they try to delete his goddamn channel, G, man.
You niggas ain't shit. That's how you. If they just tried to leave this channel, we already know. Okay, this was a setup.
Yeah.
Matter of fact,
But
if
I mean, they
anybody,
can't. They really can't. They really can't. Like you would have to have, like, because I don't know, man. Like you would, he been doing it for so goddamn long, G, and but he does it so professional that there's no way in hell that, you know what I'm saying. There's no way in hell that somebody could just say, "Oh, well, he was violating some type of service or whatever." He
right,
had his own music. You know what I'm saying, man? He didn't really use too much profanity, and it's not like you could really get a channel taken down for that shit, anyways.
right,
And you know what I'm saying? It wasn't no, violations, no random, titties or anything happening or whatever like that. So I mean, man, his shit is straight, man. His legacy is definitely gonna be there, but that's just really fucked up, G. Because like, man, that's really fucked up.
yeah, it's definitely yeah.
I
He
guess,
he definitely set the
now,
blueprint. He definitely set the blueprint for a lot of these dudes to leech on because, like I said, and I engaged with some of the videos. Like I said, I've been watching Tommy Sotomayor a little bit over the last
Jesus
few
Christ, man,
months.
bro, why do you watch Tommy Sotomayor, man? In
Because he's
particular,
entertaining. The same reason why I watch Fresh and Fit. At the end of the day, they're entertaining. At the end of the day, they're entertaining. And I do think that what separates Fresh and Fit from Tommy Sotomayor is Tommy Sotomayor does speak a lot of truth. He speaks a lot of truth, and he's more of a scathing truth, even more so than what Kevin Samuels was. That's why I say, really, like the closest thing that I think we have left to Kevin Samuels is Tommy Sotomayor.
oh hell no,
Uh,
hell fucking no,
he's the
hell,
who else is close?
Nigga, I don't listen to that nigga.
Wait,
Man,
why don't you like Tommy Sotomayor? I gotta add this damn segment in. Okay, we
he's a
put this
bitch
shit.
ass nigga.
Huh?
He's a bitch ass nigga.
Why?
No, the way he moves is really feminine.
What you mean? Okay, first of all, before we get into that.
He's low. Listen,
Okay.
he's a feminine guy, G. Like when you're like really okay. I'll give you a practical example. When you are really emotionally reactive, that's not a manly sort of trait. Like people, here's the thing. When it comes to being manly, right? Um people think that the only socially acceptable emotions for a man to show are anger. Pretty much that's how it is.
Right.
But if you are, it's just like these people who call themselves gangbangers and shit like that. But someone stepped on your shit.
Your mic.
That's right.
Okay, you got it.
See, see. But they're trying to do me like Kevin, man. No, but when someone stepped on your Air Force Ones and you gotta have some kind of reaction to the point where you might end up having to shoot this person or fight this person because someone stepped on your shoe and you feel disrespected, regardless of whether or not it was intentional or not. Somebody bumped into you into a club. You're fucking emotional. You're a bitch.
No,
Honestly,
I agree with that.
you know what I'm saying? And Tommy Sotomayor is a bitch ass nigga in terms of the way that I've seen he. Do you remember what happened with the Kwame Brown situation?
Yes,
Where he was mad at Kwame? That's
No,
some bitch ass shit.
no. Okay, so I've actually, like I said, I've been watching Tommy Sotomayor for a minute. First of all, both of them niggas is reacting to each other on some bitch ass shit. Kwame
Okay,
Brown.
I'm here's my thing, G. That's some bitch ass shit, G. Like when you really emotionally Ken, do I seem like an emotionally reactive guy? Or do I
No, you're
seem like
not.
somebody who thinks out situations? I respond to shit. I
No,
don't react to
no,
shit.
I agree
When
with
I
that.
was
No,
younger, yeah, sure, I might go off the wall and shit like that. But gee, as I grow and develop and get into my what you call my frame or whatever the fuck, G,
right.
being emotionally reactive is a feminine trait, just period. You like whether it's anger or whatever the fuck. I'm not talking about if you got mental health issues or some shit like that. I understand that. But just in general, the way that you perceive life and the way that you take things that happen to you and shit like that, that'll really show you who's balanced and shit like that. And
No,
I feel that Tommy Sotomayor is not a like I feel like he's not that's not a really masculine sort of way to be when you just kind of like
they cutting you
whole
out.
tangent because that's some shit that women do, G.
No,
That's some
okay.
shit that women
Okay,
do.
so
You
here's
say
what I
one
would say
thing
with
to a
that.
woman and she gonna send you a 15-page essay. I just find it funny how you know that was it. That's the type of shit that Tommy Sotomayor does. He just
No,
does it on video. Man.
no,
So I
okay.
can never follow
Have
nobody
you
like
watched Tommy Sotomayor like on a full thing?
I watched when I was younger. I watched that bullshit.
No,
G.
have you watched anything lately?
No, not really. Hell no, I
Okay,
don't. I just don't really fuck with the dude, man.
so I get that. So here's what I'll say about Tommy. This is why I say he's to me he's the closest thing left to Kevin Samuels. Okay, even if I was to agree that he acts emotional or overly emotional at times, because I don't necessarily disagree with that. That doesn't necessarily mean that what he is saying is invalid. And some of the things that he's brought up when it comes to like when he went on to the Fresh and Fit interview, I thought he did a very, very good job on that, on explaining certain situations, explaining um, the fact or the well, yeah, it's a fact to me. The fact that in the black community we accept failure and elevate failure as a good thing, and that a lot of other communities come to us when they failed with their own people. So like they're big ups in our community, but they're just basically the biggest piles. They're just basically the um, tallest piece of shit in a sense. Hopefully, I'm saying that
But look,
right.
let me tell you. But look, this is why I'm telling you you can't make the comparison. Is because ain't this the same nigga that be fucking with dirty white women?
Who?
Tommy Sotomayor.
No. All of his.
Yeah, no, yes, nigga, yes. Gee, Tommy Sotomayor. Does he doesn't even date black women, does he?
Yes, he does. His baby moms are black.
Oh yeah, his baby moms. Who look how he be talking about them and shit like that.
No, he
But
doesn't
look,
talk
and
bad
that's
about his baby moms.
hypocritical. How the fuck? Gee, that's hypocritical as hell.
What?
Gee, if you say all that shit about black women this, black women that, but gee, and it's not like it's not like Kevin Samuels shit, because when Kevin Samuels goes in on somebody, number one, they were probably disrespectful to him. Number two, the things that he says are 99% of the time, unless he's just being petty for the sake of it, they were constructive criticism in the sense that he's flaws. Gee. Tommy Sotomayor was on that. I remember this one shit, man. He was saying that a black bitch looked like a Klingon or something like that. And I'm like, nigga, that.
Wait, but did she look like a Klingon?
I'm not gonna say whether she did or didn't. But look, that's not constructive. That's not constructive.
Okay, but if she looked like a Klingon and he said she looked like a Klingon,
hey, that's not constructive criticism, man. That's why he's at where he's at, G. Kevin Samuels is at what he at because he don't know how to. He could say the exact same goddamn things, but his presentation or whatever is so fucking like it just comes off the small minded. G. Like it'll never be on a level to where the reason if Kevin Samuels got took out by some sort of, whatever the fuck, the reason it is because that's a guy who he could have been the male Oprah, G.
Yeah, I agree.
I'll put it that way. That's how big good a guy. That's how big he good a guy. Tommy Sotomayor is not no threat to nobody, G, because he'll always be in this little ass niche because of the way that he operates and shit like that. Like he can't expand past a certain point, like really.
You're right. I agree with that. He's got an image about himself to where, like you say, he's never going to be palatable to like a mainstream thing. Like you're never going to have Cam Newton standing next to Tommy Sotomayor. The closest thing that Tommy Sotomayor has gotten is, like I said, that stuff that he did with Fresh and Fit, where DJ Academics was kind of next to him, and even DJ Academics kind of stays away from him or whatever. All I'm saying though is, as far as his delivery and what he says and everything like that, I don't think he's too off on some of the stuff. I do think that he roasts a little bit too goddamn much, but I think that's just his style and everything like that. But as far as the information, I think if Tommy was to, this is why I think something like TikTok would be good for Tommy, because he could kind of recreate his image. Because he's already got an image for, like I said, like you, for example, you already have an image of who Tommy is. And so you're already going to approach Tommy, even if he's come out with new content and stuff like that, you're going to approach it in a way based on how you experienced them. And that's, to me, that's totally fair. This is why I think TikTok is such a good ass thing for him to basically rebrand himself and shit. Like I said,
he doesn't have the fucking yeah. he does not have the self-awareness to reinvent himself.
I think he does.
No
See, this is
matter,
what. See,
no
this is where I
matter where
think.
he goes, he's going to be Tommy. If he goes to TikTok and makes it whatever, he's still going to be himself because he doesn't feel like there's a. He doesn't feel like. Yeah. Here's the thing. He doesn't. He doesn't grow from criticism because he can't fucking take criticism because he's a. I don't want to call him a woman, G, but he's feminine in nature, and women cannot take criticism. They cannot.
Right, I get what you're saying.
Most women, they can't. He can't self-evaluate and improve in the way that a guy who is more masculine.
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying on that. Like I said, I get what you're
So
saying.
his growth is capped by himself.
Right.
But he got a glass ceiling on himself. There's nobody else holding him back except for him.
For him, you're right. I agree with that. Hey,
because look, gee, okay. If I give you a 5-page essay on why you're wrong about something, you might not like everything that I put in that shit, but you're gonna read it,
right?
And you're gonna consider everything I say that's valid, and you're gonna think about that, and you probably gonna apply it if you think that if you find or you take value from it and shit like that. If you tell a nigga like that everything that's wrong with him, he gonna think you attacking him because he's fucking sensitive. He gonna be like, oh, well, that was this is why it is. That's why it is. That probably look like a Klingon. That's how that nigga sound to me, man. I can't listen to that.
That nigga, I ain't gonna lie though. He's at the end of the day, to me, he's entertaining. He's super entertaining.
He's petty, man.
He definitely is petty as hell.
Like that, I might go and just listen to one of them damn women. Shit.
Nah, I can't listen. I can't listen to a female. Some of them, because the thing is different between.
I know a woman that's better to listen to than his ass. You remember that video I sent you? Love Dorsey.
Yeah.
She be dropping hella fucking more game than that motherfucker. G. She the fucking female Kevin Samuel. G. She be telling the fucking truth. G.
No, I'm not telling. Like I get it. Like I said, I don't know.
She's more masculine. She's basically more masculine than that nigga in the ways that matter. G. At the same time, she can be feminine in the context of a relationship because she knows how to fucking submit to a man.
Right.
So it's like she's a more well-rounded human than that motherfucker, G. And you supposed to be a man. You supposed to be the leader, G. Nobody should never be able to say that about you, that a woman is more masculine than you, but she still knows her place and role as a woman or whatever like that. Like, what? Nigga, that's crazy, G. So would you tell, so I'll give you a practical example, right?
Yeah.
If you had to instruct your son, right, to say, this is who, would you say, go watch one of her lives to learn some shit that's useful about life, or go watch one of fucking Tommy Sotomayor's lives to learn some shit that's useful about life that's gonna serve you?
It depends, bro.
Like, even average, G, say, go watch, if you say, all right, son, you got 8 hours, right?
Yeah.
Go watch 8 lives of this person and this person. And who do you think is going to leave him with more gold that he can use and that's really functional and useful in life? G? Think about that.
Based off of, I ain't gonna lie, this is real truth. Based off of how he did on Fresh and Fit for the few times that he was on there.
No, not Fresh and Fit. I'm talking about average, nigga. The average.
No, but you said 8 hours, right? You said 8 hours. You said 8 hours, right?
I'm not talking about some shit that he did where he was trying to look good for the media and shit. Like, I'm talking about his regular content. Who really do you think gives more value and more gold that's going to help you?
Put it this way. On an average lately, I would say Love Dorsey. But if you're talking about, if you extrapolate, like, because again, you gotta understand what Tommy Sotomayor does is he's ultimately just an entertainer. That's how I look at him. I don't take none of these things too serious. But if you look at his content, you'll be able to judge whether this is going to be something that you can learn from, or is this just some he's being on his petty mode? This is just gonna be some entertainment ass shit, and I want to watch it for that purpose. Does that make sense? So in that context, on a regular basis, of course, love Dorsey and stuff like that. But if you were to say at their peaks, like I want you to go watch 5 videos from Tommy Sotomayor, and then I want you to go watch 5 videos from Love Dorsey, but you can only pick one. Which one is more important? I would say the Tommy Sotomayor stuff. At his peak, he's dropping a lot of game and dropping a lot of real good knowledge. So
he might. Gee, I look, I'll allow that, even though I ain't never gonna watch this shit. But
put it this way, he's dropped enough game to where Kevin Samuels was a very big fan of Tommy Sotomayor, a huge fan, like 100% confirmed. Like he got this dude literally saying like he was literally one of the biggest inspirations.
They didn't get on no live together, did they?
Who?
So he was them.
Well, they were supposed from the way he explained it that they were supposed to get on live, but no, they didn't.
No, I know why they didn't.
No. That's not necessarily, but see, that's not necessarily fair because Kevin Samuels never got on a live with Dr. Umar Johnson, but that doesn't mean that Dr. Umar Johnson hasn't dropped gems. I'm not going to say everything that man has said has been all there or whatever.
I'd rather listen to Dr. Umar than fucking Tommy Sotomayor.
That's not the point. The point is that
that nigga is funny too.
He is funny. He is funny. So what I'm saying is that I think we can agree that in the same way that even though
Dr. I wasn't talking about entertainment. I wasn't talking about the value of entertainment. I was talking about
you talking about dropping gems.
Yeah. The most shit that's useful for you in your life.
I told you. And Tommy Sotomayor, if you take them at their, that's why I brought up the freshman fit, because that's something that I can point to. And if I told a guy, I want you to watch 3 or 4 hours of whatever, I want you to go watch this over here, he's dropping straight gems on that shit. Straight gems.
Okay, but look, let me ask you this. Is he saying anything that she's not saying?
Yes.
Is he? Okay, so what? So give me a very unique example of something that you've heard him say that you haven't heard other people say that are like in that vein.
Well,
and I'll tell you
that example that I gave you earlier about, again, black folks accepting failure in our community.
She's talked about that before.
Okay.
If you were to go back and just watch some of her just general whatchamacallits and shit like that, the reason that I would say she provides way more value than that nigga on any given day of the week is because this is why I can say she's the fucking closest thing to fucking Kevin Samuels if he could exist in a feminine form, is because she's very even-handed. You dig what I'm saying? She's very even-handed in the case that she be giving it direct to niggas. She be giving it direct to women. You dig what I'm saying? Tommy does
that too, though. See, from what I'm judging from here, it sounds like you already just don't like that nigga. That's what it sounds like.
I don't feel any sort of type of way about that man, but I'm saying from
have you watched his content?
I'm not a fan.
Okay, I'm gonna pull the Kevin Samuels out. Rest in peace, Kevin Samuels tripping right now. I'm gonna do what Kevin Samuels do to some of these women. Have you actually watched a full live stream of Tommy Sotomayor from beginning to end?
Yes. I'm not talking
about the stuff that he was doing back in 2009, 2010. I'm talking lately.
Nigga, hell no.
My point. So you're judging. So in the same way that you do right now, you're judging him based off of what you remember back from 2009, 2010. Okay.
No. Look. I'm a humor you. I'm a humor you because I know you're wrong with this one. Look. So give me. I want you to tell me one live that's recent that you feel like would somehow be equitable to something that I could gain value from.
I just told you, but you rejected it. I told you again, the stuff that sit down that he had were fresh and fit. I'm not talking about the ones. Well, the ones with girls were real good too. Actually, that was all very, very good too. But I'm talking about the one to where he just had it where it was him and Rolo Tomasi sitting down at a table with Fresh and Fit. All they did was basically moderate. It was on their show, but they weren't really saying too much shit. And it was basically Tommy Sotomayor, Rolo Tomasi, Donovan Sharp, all in one. And he was schooling them. He made them look like they weren't shit. And both of them are on top of their shit. And he made them look stupid as hell.
I hardly heard of those niggas either, man.
See, just because you ain't heard of them don't mean that they don't exist. Rolo Tomasi is definitely like
I'm not saying they don't exist, but I'm
you
and
Rolo
like,
Tomasi are more similar to each other. I'm surprised you haven't heard of him because that's all he deals with is nothing but logical ass shit. Like he just like your ass on some damn nigga. If it's not logical, if you got any type of emotion with that bullshit, get that shit out of here. He's just like that.
Gee, I mean, these people need to
just admit it. You just don't like Tommy Sotomayor. And that's cool.
Gee, look, man.
That's cool.
I don't know. I can't say I don't like person because I don't know the guy. I'll put it this way. I don't, from what he projects and what I've seen in the past, I definitely like, it's not somebody whose example that I would ever be interested in and following. And here's the thing that's important about me, right? If I can't look at you and say, if I can't look at somebody and say there's admirable traits that I would like to embody within myself, I'm not going to be able to take somebody seriously and shit like that.
Right. I get what you're saying, bro. Look, I 100% get what you're saying. Tommy Sotomayor comes off as a arrogant asshole. I get it.
That's not even it. I don't care. I'm an arrogant asshole to some extent.
No. But there's a difference. There's a difference between being an asshole that's likable and just an asshole that's not likable. And he comes off as the other one. You understand what I'm saying? So I get that part.
Thanks, kid. You saying I'm a likable asshole, man. We love to see it. We love to. Also, what the fuck happened to Courtney, man?
I don't know, man. I know you saw the same message I saw, man.
Oh my God, G, man. I should have known, man. I should have fucking known, G. I should have fucking known, man.
But
Christ, Courtney, get it together, please, man.
But yeah, look, I'm gonna send them links. I might send them links to just the one. Like I said, he came on a few times, but the one time that he came on with that one girl, he basically had her ass ready to cry. He actually did make a girl cry. But it wasn't like he was talking about her. He was just talking about situations and shit like that. But it was a really good one. But I think I'm gonna leave you with the one with Rolo Tomasi and Donovan Sharp. He killed that shit. But I get it though. He comes off as a
Sugar Saturday, baby.
Huh? You say what?
Yes, sir. I said it's Sugar Saturday.
Wow,
I told you about that before, right?
No, you haven't. What's Sugar Saturday?
I don't eat sugar.
Yeah.
So every Saturday, baby, I'm eating bananas, cakes, cookies.
You still want to
like as soon as they hit that 12 a.m., this is on, man. Until I go to sleep, shit. Shit. So I love to see that shit, man.
But yeah, we ain't gotta talk.
I don't know, man. I feel like that self-discipline shit is like really underrated, man. When it comes to just like small habits.
Self-discipline and small habits are what form larger habits. You can't form no habitual habit without doing the small shit first. That's what's wrong with my fat ass. I keep fucking up on the small shit. And the thing is I know it's wrong. But man, it's a lot harder to actually. It's a lot easier to.
I'm gonna give you some simple shit, G. I'm gonna give you some simple shit that you can start doing.
Before you start giving me shit, that's with the thing that I don't know. Understand? A motherfucker can know they doing wrong, but that it's a lot easier.
No. Look. Let me explain, G. All right, first, this is what you need, G. Get one of those balls, G. Number one. Get one of those. I know you've seen.
All right, take a quick break. Let's look at the show for this goddamn self. I'm gonna take a piss anyway. Hold on. Ah, shit. Oh shit. All right. Oh shit. So glad my location has changed to this shit. I'm gonna open this door though. It's hot as hell over here. At least turn on the air. Woo. It's the one bad thing about switching to my room is my room is so large. Is that it's always hotter up in here in the summertime, so it'll be like out there to be
So back to what I was
70.
saying. All right, so look,
Right.
you need to get one of those balls. I know you know the type of ball that I'm talking about.
I do not,
It's
but
it's just a big bouncy ball, and it's called a it's just called an exercise ball.
I know what you. Okay, that I do understand. Yes, I know what that
So
is.
you get one of those balls and use that as a chair when you sit down. For one, just start doing this shit. Number one, you're gonna start developing more core strength. And number two, um, number two, there's this thing called a I'll just end up probably sending you a link if you've never heard of it, but it's like a pedal machine, right? So it's basically these little pedals that basically it's literally just pedals and like a steel base. And whenever you're sitting down, you can just put that shit wherever you're at. And you could literally like do your work on anything, whatever else you're doing, as long as you're sitting down, you could just easily have it right there. And you could literally just be pedaling. Like you only have to think about the shit. You could literally just be pedaling on that shit. You could literally be sitting down doing nothing and burning calories at the same
Gee, you
goddamn
want to know
time.
what this sounds like? See, I'm gonna explain this. And this is to all the fat guys out there that's heard this a million goddamn times. But try to explain it to another analogy. You can tell a smoker, all you gotta do is put down a cigarette,
I'm
and
not
you
saying
decrease
it's
your and you decrease your chance at getting cancer. The smoker understands that shit. Yes, it's simple. All I have to do is just not light this cigarette. But it's not that simple. And again, I get what you
no, it is, but it is.
to
This is the
you.
thing. It is simple. No, Kim. It is simple, my boy.
No,
It
it's
is
not.
simple.
It's simple.
Like they say on Twitter, my brother in Christ. It
Yeah.
is simple. It is simple.
It's also
It's not easy.
see.
It's not easy to do these things, but it is very simple.
Now we get to the Spanish.
No,
Simple,
yeah,
easy.
yeah, buddy. Yeah.
Simple,
It
easy.
is simple.
Okay.
It's simple. It's point A, point B. You do this and you get that. But that don't mean it's easy. Simple don't mean something that's just easy to do. Because it takes that willpower.
Well, you're right. I was about to say, I just say it takes willpower. It takes.
But look, this is why I'm saying, if you, and this is from personal experience,
Personal experience with what?
Able with changing difficult like establishing habits that are going to be productive and shit like that. A practical example is I'm never gonna go if I have to leave the house to work out and go to a gym. I'm never going to fucking work out and go to a gym because that requires too much effort. The fact that I have my weights and shit to where I can literally come in my room and just see them sitting right there is something to where whenever I even think about having some sort of workout or whatever like that, they're just there. And I'm not going to have to go out of my way and out of my space. In order to form good habits, you must enable yourself in the same way that you enable bad habits by
I
having
agree.
shit that's not good around.
I agree.
So that's what I'm saying. I'm
Well,
telling you that
I
you're
get
putting
what you're saying on
yourself.
that, bro. I get 100% what you're saying on that.
No, I know you understand it. I'm just saying these are things that you could literally put in your space that are going to enable you to make some progress on the shit. Because I'm gonna tell you, if you don't make it easy for yourself, you're not going to do this shit. You're just going to continue
To
like
procrastinate, I
in the
get it.
trajectory that you already, are in and shit like that.
Right.
And then sometimes you'll feel like it, sometimes you won't. But that's not how you make progress and shit like that.
You're right. The biggest thing is, and again, what I've been doing lately, like I said, what I've been doing lately is, again, it doesn't seem like a big deal, but to me it is a big deal. Is actually walking down to the bus stop with my kids every morning. That little small little step, because typically I wasn't doing it. I was just sending them out to the bus stop. I would watch them and then go from there. But now I'm actually walking down with them. That type of thing to me is going to get me to the point to where it's going to become more natural for me to walk down to that bus stop with them, and then I just add on to that shit rather than me just. And that's what I tried to do with that goddamn bike,
You
and
just
that was
start watching.
You say
It was like,
what?
make sure y'all get on, go. Make sure y'all get there, okay, man. Y'all looking at that window. Yeah, they're not looking, man. The eye emojis. I see you.
But
Come on,
but
man. You can't go out like that, man. Yeah, man.
no,
Get that
no,
walk on, man.
you're right. No, no,
Get
no.
that
I am.
walk.
Like I said, one thing that I've always done is like I've always like parked in the back of like Walmart's and shit like that to try to get some extra
Yeah,
walking and stuff
get a
in.
little get a little punching bag or something too, man. Shit.
A little
That's a
what?
good thing, man. A little punching bag or something like that.
I do want to get one of those, but I don't. The only thing that I am sensitive to is I got neighbors, man. And the last thing I
No,
want
no,
to
no.
do,
Get one of those. Get one of those standing. One of
I
those
know what you're
standing ones
talking
on
about, bro.
the base.
I know what
Yeah,
you're
okay,
talking
right
about. The
there.
one that like,
Every time somebody piss you off on Facebook, just
right. I do want to get one of those. It's just for one, I'm pretty tight on space. Like I said, I got all these goddamn headphones. I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do with them. I've been selling a few by few, but man, I don't know. But anyway, though, I'm tight on space.
selling in bulk, man. You need some kind of warehouse, man.
You're right.
Not even a
It's too
warehouse.
late for
Not even a
that.
warehouse.
It's too late
You
for
just
that.
need like a shed.
It's too late for that.
Just like a shed. Dude.
If you read this, it's too late for that. It's already over with, man. I didn't
But
realize
just for
because
resale purposes, I can't. I don't remember how long you've been doing the resale thing, but yeah, storage space. If you're going to be selling in bulk, you're going
well,
to.
I got my storage space is gonna be my balcony, and it's holding them up pretty well. But the thing is that, like I said, pictures. What I should have did is I should have actually went in person and looked at this shit before I bidded on it. But pictures just like you know how they say pictures just can't tell you the story of some shit. This shit was true because I looked at this shit and it looked like it was just going to be some shit like, oh, I'll be able to just fit this in this SUV that I got and bring it home. I got there, the goddamn box was 6 feet tall, four
Oh,
feet G, a stack, two of them motherfuckers. I'm like, G,
that was like a crate.
yes, but I
Oh,
didn't realize that.
well, now you need space, my boy.
I just, well, okay, that's good to say at that point, but motherfucker, I already bid it on this shit. I gotta get this shit now, but
How
if I
much was
don't,
it?
huh?
How much was it?
It's like $300-$400 for the whole stack. Like I said, I still got all these headphones, and I've been selling them and shit like that. But the point is that, like, I have to go get a whole U-Haul one of the big ass trailers. By the grace of God that I had that SUV.
If you trying to be an independent,
I wasn't trying to do all of that, man. Look,
truck, man.
Look, I didn't realize how many headphones it was. Again, when it said 125 like headphones, it was one of them 125.
You're not thinking about 125 with the boxes, huh? You wasn't thinking about that.
No. Because you got
how much physically.
You're right. You know what I'm saying? That's when I looked at the pictures, I'm just like, oh, because not all of them had boxes with them. They were just kind of in the thing and kind of take it. It's basically customer returns. So some of them had boxes, some of them didn't, whatever. So when you look at the, matter of fact, I'll send you a link to this goddamn picture. I'll send you a link to this shit, bro. Hold on.
So how much have you already made back?
Here, I can look at it right now. Hold up. Let me see. Matter of fact. Oh shit! I just got one that paid. I gotta ship this one out too. Anyway, though, talking to you.
We love to see it. Hey man, I've been there. Trust me.
So I am at $284.47, but that's before he paid over the last 2 weeks. So not bad. And I still got to ship to.
What kind of seller fees do you have, or do you have those? Where are you selling them at?
eBay.
Oh, no, because they gonna take they take like what is it, like 12% now, or it might have went up of every sale.
So here, I'll go ahead and give you the actual thing real quick. So my net is actually, so my total sales, because I already know what it is. It's that fucking shipping bullshit. My total sales is $284.47. After the taxes and fees, and then the selling costs and everything like that, my net sales is like $135, $140.
And then, now, does that include PayPal fees?
Yeah, that's including everything. So my net is including that's that $135. But I still, like I said, bro, I got some, bro. Hold on, let me unblur this camera for you real quick, man. Bro, I got so much goddamn, bro. Put it this way: when my son gets some punishment, his punishment is to stack these goddamn boxes.
Black parents, man. God damn.
Hold on real quick. All right, let me show you this shit real quick, man. Look.
I mean, it's to me, it's already.
You see that whole box? I mean, I got my clothes and stuff up on the top of there. But you see that one box? All of that shit is filled with headphones.
Yeah.
You see that bin? And then, hold up. Let me show you outside real quick. Well, you can see. I got so much goddamn shit, I don't know what the fuck to do with it, man. So, I don't know if you can see this outside or not. But you see all of them crates?
Yeah, I can see.
All of that headphones, man. Hold up. And then this is another side. Them is all headphones down there. And they basically like this shit like this.
Yeah,
and I just sold one. So I just sold these right here for like $15. See?
Now, here's my thing, man. Did you get a eBay store?
So it's not bad. I didn't anticipate just making the money back right away, but it's one of those things to where headphones are headphones, and they only depreciate so much in value. At the end of the day, the lowest headphones, new, used, whatever, is going to be about $10. So I figure if it only takes me $3 or $4 to ship, I'll make $7 out of it. If I got 800 units and I sell 7, even after the fees, I'm still making like $2,500, $3,000 off of something that I spent $300 to make it. But no, let me show you this goddamn shit how it looked. Like I said, I was a dumbass, but I'm a sucker. I don't know if you know this, but I'm a sucker for headphones. Like, I was a real big fanatic of headphones, and I saw that shit and I was just like, man, I gotta get this shit, because at the end of the day, I've spent in just the last 4 or 5 years, I've spent at least $550 on headphones. So it's like, look, even if I don't sell one of these motherfuckers, I know I don't need no goddamn headphones for the rest of my fucking life with all these fucking headphones that I got. So let me
Yeah,
see.
man. I'm a audio engineer, man. I mean, so when I get some shit, man, this yeah, I need that shit, man. In fact, I just bought I just had to replace my some of my old ones, man, with these whatchamacallit, man, these audio technical ones or whatever, because I need a specific type for studio monitors, so I can hear the sound as it actually is. You know what I mean?
Oh, you
Like I
need
can't
like
have stuff
some.
that's
You know what? I actually got
I can't
headphones
have
like
all
that.
the noise canceling bass.
No. You need some like 7.1s. You need some 7.1s. I got some of the bitches actually. Hold up.
No. I'm saying like I recently had to buy those or whatever. But I'm saying like whenever I do, they have to be like basically I try to get the flat frequency response ones.
You need something
Because
like
when
this.
you're mixing music, let me see what that is. Gaming. No, not the game, not the gaming headset,
No, no,
man.
no, 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 no,
Anything?
no, no, no. I'm saying as far as the audio quality, bro. So these are 7.1s, bro. 7.1. So they have a, like I said, I do. Only thing that makes them a gaming headset is literally this fucking microphone piece. That's pretty much it. You take this away, it's just
what I'm saying is anything that has the additives as far as like it's noise canceling or anything like that.
No, that's not what this is. I know what you're talking about. That's not what these are. These are straight. These are the same type of headphones that an actual DJ would use to be able to actually listen out for actual different sounds and shit like that. These are 7.1s. I know what you're talking about. You talking about where the sound. Sometimes they'll have it to where there's like a small little. I got other headphones that's like that. To where it's got a small little processor on it for active canceling, but a lot of the times that shit can like can fuck up how it actually sounds. To where it
just like just in general, when I have to, you know what I'm saying, like buy or whatever, they just have to be a flat frequency response, basically. Like they can't have enhanced bass.
I get what you're saying.
Whatever. You know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying. I'm saying the same thing. So when they say that something is enhanced bass and stuff like that, basically what they're saying is that you can do it two ways. You can make it to where you got a deeper magnet inside of the headphone to where it responds well to bass. But most of them, what they're doing is that they actually have like kind of like a mini processor inside of it to where it's just bumping up the bass to the headphone. But it distorts the other shit. A company that does really bad at this is Skull Candy. Skull Candy is terrible. That's why I fucking hate those headphones. Because that's basically what they do. They have a lot of bass, but they don't actually have a lot of depth in their actual sound frequency and everything like that. I get what you're saying. That's why I'm saying these ones right here. I should keep these motherfuckers for my goddamn self. They're gonna call this a headset, but the only reason they call it a headset is because of that mic. But I'm telling you, you can use these right here as a like if you're doing audio engineering and shit like that, because this is gonna actually it's configured to be able to pick up that shit. Because you gotta think, a lot of gamers, they're not necessarily looking for bass. They're looking to be like, if you're a serious gamer and stuff like that, you want to be able to hear exactly where whatever the projectile is, where it's coming from, and where it's going, so you can be able to make that reactive response and shit like that. That's why I said this shit right here is actually great. That shit right there is good, and then these are shit. This right here. This is why I'm actually able to sell this shit. So you see this shit tangled up. But these ones right here, these black webs, they do the same thing. I don't know if you can see that now. There you go.
Yeah, I see.
Sound great.
Yeah, man.
Well, I sent you that link though. I don't know if you got that link, man. Huh?
I said you got your work cut out for you, man.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, it's been a bit. Oh, and then guess what? I scored up on these motherfuckers right here yesterday, looking at cars to flip. So I wasn't supposed to do this shit. I ain't gonna lie, I basically stole these motherfuckers. But so in the when a car gets impounded, since I have my whole credentials and stuff, I have the right to go inside the car. Basically, you get whatever you want out the car. People do this shit all the time. But found all these motherfucking games, Xbox One games that I'm about to instantly flip for get $10, $15 a pop. But yeah, that car flipping thing, though, that's what I'm really trying to get into, bro. That's where the money is at.
Man, gee, this is why I like not to expose myself or anything like that, but this is why I like having a lot of money because because man, when you see some shit that you want, like you just can't do certain shit if you broke, man.
You right.
You just can't do it. Like you can't buy opportunities, man. And this is why I want to have like a actual large amount of money someday because you know what I'm saying? Like it's no telling like what I could do with it, man. Like as far as
Man, if you got
you
like,
know,
if you got like,
because if you had $1,000 in the bank, you wouldn't have been able to buy these headphones. You know what I'm saying? Like
right,
you already would have needed to be in a good position to, because you know it's gonna take a while to sell. Like that's just reselling. But like just having the ability to do these things, man, it's just like it's real.
bro, if you
It's like
got
you gotta
like,
have money
if you
to
got
make
like
money.
10 or 15 racks, you don't even need 10 or 15 racks. If you got like $5 or $6,000, the right now the used car game is crazy because of that chip shortage. So all of the used cars are marked up. You're not getting no like decent used car for anything less than about $1,500, $2,000 unless you know where to go and you have the credentials to go to those places and know how to actually look at that shit.
Oh shit, that reminds me. G. That reminds me before I forget, man. Finish that point. But you just reminded me of something
Yeah, I was just saying, man.
you said.
So
You
like
said
on that deal that that first deal that I did with the Saturn View, bro, I bought that. Actually, there was two cars that I bought, but one of the cars was a lemon. And again, it's because I was fucked up and I just looked at the shit and I didn't actually go and inspect it, like I did with the other one. But I spent. Matter of fact, let me look at my invoice right now. I can tell you exactly what I spent on this Saturn View. I spent. Hold on. $650 on the Saturn View. I put in 200 and no 150 to get the key made, 150 to get the key made, and then 200 to get the car into where it would pass inspection. So we're looking at 8, 9. So basically $1,000 into the vehicle. I literally, after getting that vehicle to where it was able to pass inspections and making sure to take them right camera shots and stuff like that. I flipped that shit in less than a week for what did I sell that shit for? Like $2,300. So that's a $1,200 profit, easy. And then I took that money, went back, and got a Nissan Altima for $847, and that car actually came with the key and everything like that. That car didn't need shit but a damn crank position sensor that was $50. I put that shit on myself, so I'm $900 into that car. Sold that car for $2,000, $1,100 profit. Gee, the car market. If you just learn about that shit and you're like kind of a hands-on person, like you can one be a hands-on person to just be okay with working on stuff and getting your hands dirty a little bit, but two, be able to just look at some YouTube videos and kind of figure out the shit from there. Bro, there's so much fucking money into that goddamn shit, and to me, it's fun because it doesn't feel like you're working that much, and the time goes fast.
you already know, man. I'm a handy guy, man.
Shit, bro.
I'm
If
a
I was
handy
you,
guy, man.
like I said, I don't know. The only auctions that I know that are available to the public in that area is like the Clinton Auto Auction. I think they got one down in St. Louis. But if you can actually get to the point to where you're able to go to those auctions early and actually bid and get a car for like 600-700 bucks, bro, you can easily flip that shit for it and get it to the point to where it can pass
The only
inspections and
problem
shit.
is, the only problem is, man, I can't drive.
Was that you don't
Can't
gotta
drive.
bring a partner with you, man. Bring a partner that can drive back.
Incarcerated.
First of all, what is going on with your driver's license, man? What is going on with that shit?
No, G, I just never, I never actually legit learned to drive a car. Straight up.
Bro, do
I
I need to
know,
come to
man. I
Springfield
know.
to? Do I need to come to Springfield to give you a 2 day Umini Enterprise
Look,
LLC
man.
crash course on how to drive? I'll give you a
Hey,
discount.
man. Look, it's just not. It's just something that I never did.
Well, you
And
gonna
and
have to
look,
learn this
I'm
shit.
gonna tell you why. This relates. This reminds me because I was just thinking about this shit. Okay, so I went on a booty quest.
Uh,
I went on a booty quest, man. Recently, it was like God, was that Wednesday or Tuesday? I don't know. G, time be flying by. But anyway, this week I went on a booty quest, man, and it was some woman talking about some I live I live outside of Springfield, closer to Decatur.
close to
And
the. Oh, okay.
so but it's so it was 10 miles. It was 10 miles basically, right? So I got on my little e-bike. Oh shit! But look, gee, listen, man. I was on the road. Let's put it that way. I was on that. I don't know if that's a highway, whatever you want to call the shit. I was on it. I made it, nigga. I'll put it that way. But but so look. First of all, um, I'm just glad that I could make it.
Right.
Because you know what I'm saying. Like that's pretty. You know, that's it expanded my it expanded my whatever the fuck the probabilities of where I can go and shit like that. But
Proximity. I give you some.
you know what I'm saying. But yeah, okay. So here's the thing. My motorcycle, right? That would have been way better as far as because it's built for what I'm saying, like higher speeds.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like if you because you might not think 10 miles is a long journey,
It
but
is.
when you're going 20 miles an hour because you got to conserve the battery and shit, it was still like what, like 35. I think she said it was like 25 to 30 something minutes of just, you know what I'm saying? Like just
I get
rolling.
what you said,
But because
bro.
if I was on my little motorcycle, I would have been kicking dust.
First of
But I
all,
had to pick her up. I had to pick her up a little pizza. You know what I'm saying, man? Some M&Ms. Man. You know how the fuck it is, man. But you know how it is. Come on, G. But so I had to put that shit in my little bike basket, and I was on that road, baby. I was on the road. I was on the road, man. And then I had the presence of mind because I was already like, okay, this is gonna be a little trip. I already know that shit.
right.
So I just put my bike charger in my backpack. And then when I got there, I just charged my bike battery for the journey back. Easy peasy.
Bro,
Easy peasy.
if you don't get a
Easy
guy,
peasy.
bro, that's gotta
I know,
be
man. And I was
a.
thinking the whole time, I was like, yeah, this is probably why I need a goddamn cartridge. But at the same time, now I know I could probably go to that. I could probably go to the thing about the police around here is they don't they not up your fucking ass, G, and I really appreciate that shit
No,
because I
because
did see
most of them went to school with us, man. Well, I don't know if you
I
remember, but a lot of the people would like a lot of the. I can say a lot, but a good portion of the officers of Springfield right now are people who we legit went to school with and shit like that, and so they have a different frame of mind than the police officers that were like in effect when we were growing up, like Officer Freaky and shit like that. They have a different frame of mind and reference, so they're not so fucking racist as
man.
their
Well, just the
predecessors and
fact
shit
that
like
you know
that,
what I'm
man.
saying, because when I was getting on that road or when I was getting on that whatever that highway or whatever the fuck you call it, um going towards Decatur or whatever, it was a cop that did see me. Like right when I was getting on that whatchamacallit, I was like, oh man, I hope that nigga don't stop me shit. Because you could clearly see, well, okay, I don't know, maybe but it basically does look like a bicycle, right? Because I'm just riding my regular
Yeah.
e-bike. But I have my lights on and shit. So I mean, I'm good, I guess. I don't know, but I still don't think that you're supposed to be on the highway with in a fucking on
Yes, you
a
can.
bike sort of thing, man. I just don't think that that's legal.
It's legal. It's
In
just
fact,
not.
I'm fairly certain that it's not legal and for you to ride on the highway with a bicycle and shit like that. But now on the way back in the morning, that was kind of that was kind of scary because it was like then you got the you know what I'm saying, man. I had to take the bro. It was a whole thing. It was a whole thing because I didn't
Bro.
because my fucking battery it was cold and my fucking GPS battery went out on my motherfucking phone on the way back. But at the same time, in my mind, I'm just I've been riding around now, and this is my thing. I'm good with directions.
Yeah.
I'm not a person who like once I have the lay of the land and shit like that, I can walk around a little area and within you know what I'm saying a very short period of time, I'll know like I guess you know what I'm saying like
Where you at?
precisely
Yeah.
like where I need to go and shit. So what I did was I was riding. I'll give you the exact shit. I was on what road was
You
that?
say you coming from Decatur, right?
It wasn't all the way in the
I know,
indicator,
but
but
there's
it was
only a couple pathways that you can get from Decatur to Springfield. I ain't been. I guess it's been a minute since I've been to Springfield like that, but I know you got 72
um
that you could come in on, and then you got the back way, which is like it's the road that
no
leads to Clinton.
what I passed. I'm trying to remember where I had passed through.
Most likely, if
Oh.
you was on the highway, you was on 72, so you would pass through
No,
like
I was, but this is what I'm saying. I had to get to the highway, because I wasn't just on there like the whole time and shit. I had to get back to the highway, and then once I was on there, then I was in a much better place as far as whatever not needing that shit because then you just see the Springfield this way, St. Louis that way, or whatever. Or no, Springfield this way, and then or whatever the fuck the sign said.
right.
But anyway, I would have been fucked up because because my damn GPA battery went out, and then I had to fucking when I got then my motherfucking um what is this called, man? I can't fucking remember. My mobile charger, whatever the fuck they just this is like a spare battery pretty much because it charges your devices and shit
Right.
remotely. Then but I hadn't charged this bitch in like a year, so this bitch was dead. So I couldn't recharge my phone.
You know what you
And
need to
then I
get,
was just
man?
like, huh?
You know what you need to get? One of them jump starters, bro.
No, but here's the thing, you gotta think about it. That's extra weight.
No, it's not.
This
No
is
one of
extra
these
no.
bitches, bro. That's in my goddamn car. It's a jump starter. It's like a battery pack because it's meant to be able to like jump cars and shit like that. But it's basically
Mhm.
like a super condensed battery pack to where you can plug in like your phone or whatever to that shit. You could probably use that shit to power your goddamn bike or to have at least
Yeah,
have it as a backup.
probably not.
It's super light,
You
bro.
gotta
I
understand
mean,
those
hold up.
those batteries, even the smaller e-bike batteries, they got it's just a high capacity sort of thing.
No, I'm saying so.
Um,
Negro, you have some as a backup bigger than that little ass battery thing for your phone and stuff, man.
oh no. This is fine for charging phones and shit like that. I just and it
Yeah.
was dead. Because when I charged the shit, it the reason I hadn't charged it was because these it holds a charge for a long ass time, and it'll charge your shit to full and like it's no problem, man. It's no problem.
Bro, let
But
me.
it had just been dead because I hadn't used it in so goddamn long, and I'm just used to having it there and shit like that. And then my phone was like at 70 something percent, and but when it's cold, sometimes the battery will just like fucking short out, and then it's like, god damn. But
Bro.
anyway, that shit cut off. But I was like, I had a general idea of the direction. Like I was looking at the map quest at first, and then it was like,
Yeah.
okay, then turn left here, and then I was like, all right, okay. And then, but when I came, it was night, so I couldn't remember. I couldn't remember the exact way that I took there to get back. So then I was like I said, I had to do my like mental directions and shit like that. Like, where am I at on Earth right now? But it was cool because then once I made it to once like you said, what is it, I-72 or whatever the fuck.
72.
Once I made it there, I was like, I'm fine with directions. But then I'm on the fucking I-72 and it's like 7 a.m. and shit like that. It got fucking semi trucks giving me post traumatic stress disorder, man. I was like, ah, damn, man, let me hurry up. But that shit didn't take too long, and then I was back in Springfield, man. And then once I hit Springfield, I'm good because then you just once I find North Dirksen, like I know where I'm at, and I'm
Once you get to Dirksen, you in Springfield. Shit, that is Springfield. But no,
right,
I
right.
linked that. I put a link to in the chat to that battery thing, bro. Because I'm just thinking about your situation. If you had this thing right here, nigga, you ain't gonna run out. Because I use this shit to literally be able to jump and power cars for like a good. I could jump at least 4 to 5 cars. But if I just wanted to give some straight power, it'll power an entire car for like 35, 40 minutes.
Now,
this is what I use though when I'm going to auctions though. It is, bro. I'm telling you, I have a. So when I go to auctions, bro, so I use my daughter's old book bag. She got a little Moana book bag, right? I put this up in there and I put some tools and like this little pen flashlight thing right here, so I can be able to see shit like that. But it all fits inside of there because again, what you don't want to do when you go into these auction places is have a big ass thing that you got to lug around. And this thing right here is that's what I'm saying. In your case, it comes with this thing right there to be able to jump cars, but you wouldn't even have to use that. You would mainly be using the ports on the side of it to be able to charge your phones and shit like that. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. And it's got several ports, so you can be charging you can charge your bike and your phone at the same time, and that shit lasts for a long ass time, bro. Like I said, it powers the whole car. You got to think a car is big as hell.
Here's my thing. If I was, but now that I know, I guess, or
you can just get your goddamn driver's license like the rest
I know,
of society.
Look, we gotta stay on the topic at hand. Now that I know, man, that I could probably make little trips, man, especially if I was riding my actual, like, you know what I'm saying, motorcycle. I feel like I could probably, shit, man, I could probably like really travel like a little bit, man, low key, as long as my main limitation would just be I would just need to find outlets. And during the day, you know what I'm saying, man? During the day, I could definitely do that shit. But basically, how I would probably do it is, okay, I'll probably have to, number one, I would probably want to try to take back roads and, like, you know what I'm saying, whatever.
Right.
But I could go 10 to 20 miles.
Why don't you get like
miles.
Why don't you get like one of them four-wheelers or dirt bikes, bro? That uses gas, so at least you ain't.
No, they're not street legal. You can't ride those on highways.
But you can get to find out some of them back. But you can ride them on like bike trails and stuff, right?
Basically, with that, I'm not even sure. You might need some kind of license in there.
No, you don't. See, There's no way.
You might need some kind of license in G. If you have a gas, this is the difference between gas and e-bikes, right? If you have a gas engine above a certain displacement, you need a license. You need a certain type of license. It doesn't necessarily have to be an M license. It doesn't necessarily have to be a car license. But if you have a gas engine above a certain displacement, you need a certain type of license to operate a vehicle.
Bro,
these e-bikes are kind of like outside the realm of
right. Because you've explained this to me before in detail.
Right, they haven't made laws for them yet. So I could have an e-bike capacity that could go 150 miles per hour if I still had the resources to. And there are no laws that say that I can't ride that bitch to fucking Cucamonga. You know what I'm saying? Without a license. Yet, if I get stopped going, whatever, it's gonna be an issue. But if you're just reasonable, you can probably just
Yeah.
fucking whip that bitch. You can whip that bitch to St. Louis, man. I thinking about going to see my damn grandma and shit. But
Bro,
but
if you don't
I'm just
just
saying the way
get
I would
a
do it, right?
goddamn license like the rest.
Number one, look. If I was to do it, okay, I would have to go. I would really want to like plot it out, like, because I want to go from here to the next major town, then chill out for a few hours, recharge my battery. It takes for that big e-bike. Have you ever seen my motorcycle battery?
No, but I know about the size of a motorcycle battery. It's a little bit. They like basically the half the size of a car battery.
No. The electric bike motorcycle battery.
No,
That it is the size of a car battery. Basically, it's that. It might even be. Hold on, G.
it depends on the car battery, but yeah. Oh, we're trying to convince Corey to get up on this, but I ain't about to beg her. Yeah.
Man, G. But but yeah, man, it's big and it's heavy and shit, but it has a high capacity. Like that's just the price you pay for whatever the fuck that type of power. But so I would have to go like maybe 10 something 15 miles and then find an outlet, chill out, charge that motherfucker up, and then just go to the next place. So, if I'm traveling during the day, I would probably go to like Walmart's or whatever because the way they have it set up is all I need is an outlet. So if they have pop machines, right? If they
Right.
have pop machines out front, I can literally sit my because I did this when I went to the mall in Springfield. I just literally brought my e-bike inside the mall and plug my charger up or whatever. You don't have to take the battery out the bike to charge it. They just have the little port
Right.
or whatever. So I just bring my shit and wheel it up. And if it was outside and the weather is nice in the summer, which is the only time I would ever consider doing something like this, um, literally any place where I could find an outside outlet, I could just chill out, recharge my battery, and then just go on about my merry way. Whenever I feel like, you know what I'm saying, man, it's good to go. Just keep doing that till I get where I'm going, to where I want to sleep for the night. So, I mean, I could pretty much,
I
you
mean,
know
you
what I'm
can do
saying,
that shit.
with good luck, with good luck and not, being harassed by fucking
And man,
police and
if I was
man,
in your position,
I could
bro,
make myself a little trip, G.
I
I
ain't
could
gonna
make a
lie.
little.
If I was in your position, bro, I'm getting me some gas power, and I would just make my way through. Because the only way you're going to get stopped by a cop is if you are. But I make it. You are black, so you have to be kind of careful and going through them back roads and
Yeah,
shit.
nigga. Yeah,
But
we, not you. We.
no, you, because you the only one riding the goddamn bike on the
No,
freeway.
no, 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 no.
I,
I wouldn't be. I'm not talking about the. If I was gonna make a journey for real, like I said, it would be on my motorcycle, and I would just get a little. I would get one of those little fake license plates too to go on there. So if they just, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't have no. Even I'll put it this way: even if I was to get stopped, right? I don't have no. I don't have no criminal record or anything
Negro,
like
I'm
that. If
talking
they
about
run
for
my
your
name, so
safety. You don't need a criminal record for your safety to go back in some of them. Because what I was thinking is that if I was in your position, I would just get me a dirt bike. I would get me a small CC dirt bike or one of them 4 wheelers. And I know if you go through like the not on 72, but there's a highway that's parallel to 72 that goes to Clinton, Illinois, where you to the auction and shit like that. That's nothing but small ass towns to where there's no cops back there or anything like that. You could take that bike and go that way and probably be relatively safe without having to run into no cop or anything like that. The thing about St. Louis, which you're gonna start running into, East St. Louis you might be able to get away with, but once you start trying to get into St. Louis, you have to cross that bridge, and to cross that bridge, you need a fucking car. Or in your case, what I would recommend doing is,
Wait, you said no, I know the bridge you're talking about, you because I'm from there, but okay, so here's the thing. Remember, I'm from East St. Louis,
yeah,
so once I get to there, at that point in time, I could just literally have my family members or whatever. Like, there's a house there. Like, that's where my grandparents live.
right.
Like, my dad is literally there. So once I'm in that place, that's my little base, right? For anything that I want to do in St. Louis, elsewhere afterwards.
No, doing what I was gonna say. You can still take your
So
bike
they
to St.
taking me
Louis.
around.
The way I would do it is you just take the L. You just find because I'm pretty sure you could you be able to fit that stuff on the L, and you just do it.
I'm taking the L, man.
Why not, man?
Because niggas be crazy on that bitch. G.
I know, but
that's like man, that's like they tell me that shit is like the damn New York subway and shit.
No,
like
it's
that,
not.
man.
No, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not. Who told you that? They lied to you.
Nah, man.
They lied to you. The L is nowhere. No. The L is no. The L in St. Louis, literally, they got. I want to say they have 2 lines in St. Louis. It is nowhere near like New York. The closest thing to New York subway stations is Chicago. Now, them bitches, I would say, probably not going to be your best idea. But you can in Chicago. You can take the Metrolink and you will be okay.
I'm definitely not taking the damn train to Chicago.
No, bro. Trust me. The Metrolinks are the ones that go out to the suburbs. They're like actual Amtrak trains. I'm not talking about subways. Subways, I would not ever recommend that you take that.
Now look, when I was in Chicago with my woman at the time, we did take we just took the the orange line or whatever you want to call it, man.
Yeah, that's a subway. That's a subway. That's not an L.
That was fine, man. That was fine, man. It was fine. During the daytime, I can't tell you everything.
But the orange line, the orange line's not a bad line in Chicago. You got the brown line that's not too good. You got the red line. Red line is like going like the Chinatown shit like that. That's what it's called, motherfucker. Hey, I come with the name, man. I'm just telling you what it is. But no, what I'm saying is that when I say the L, though, that's not what I'm talking about. The L is the bigger train that takes you from Chicago to like Aurora or Naperville or Joliet, shit like that. Huh?
You're talking about the Amtrak.
Right, but it's not the Amtrak. It's actually ran by Chicago Metrolink or the L.
Yeah, okay, cool.
Them ones you can take a bike on easily. You're not going to have no problem.
But here's my thing. The problem with, or the reason that I would generally not take my e-bike on trains and things of that nature is because the way that because I definitely have thought about this. Come on, G. But the reason that the way that they store your bikes, right, is they want you to basically take everything off of the bike so they can hang it upside down from the hooks.
No, you're talking about on the Amtrak, right?
Yeah.
No, okay. See, for Amtrak, yes. When I'm talking about the L, though, the L and the L is literally.
Plus, how would I even get to that area? As far as
it's the first area when you come on the L, there's literally a whole section.
No, I mean from Spring. I mean from where I'm at right now. How would I get over there?
Oh, to like Chicago in your situation, like the best?
Yeah. I would be riding the train anyways.
Right. So in that situation, yeah, I get what you're saying. Let me think. I mean, shit, yeah, train, shit. That's the only way I can think of.
But that's my whole point, man. That's not the open road, man.
Or you can just be like the rest of us and get a goddamn car.
Man, here you go, man.
You get a plus you a flipper. Wrong. You an eBay flipper. Wrong. You an eBay flipper. So a car is even more beneficial because how the hell you go? You might see something on at Goodwill or something, but it's obviously too big for a bike. But you know this motherfucker. You get, matter of fact, I'm about to go do this tomorrow. So glad I got a fucking car. So you know them like charging stations that they have for electric cars. There's one that I saw at the thrift shop, and tomorrow they're having a 50% off day for the Mother's Day. So I'm gonna try to be the first one there to grip that bitch. They're
Is
selling it.
tomorrow Mother's Day?
No, Sunday is Mother's Day, but tomorrow is when the thrift shops are doing all of their
Oh
half
man,
off
yeah, I
shit,
always
bro.
forget that shit.
So they're having
Courtney
it.
said, "What did she say?"
What? Oh, you can read that shit, man.
Oh my
Man.
god.
Bro, yeah, it is what it is, man. It
It
is
is
what
what
it
it is.
is. That's all I can say. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. It is what it is. But no, they have this charging station, um, Simon's charging stations. I still got it in here. Because every time I go to a thrift shop, I literally like be on eBay, like, what this shit is sell for, right? That Simon's charging station is the same charging stations for like Teslas and shit like that.
So is
Sells
that your new hustle then?
what?
The flipping.
It's been my hustle, but yeah, that's my man. I'm going back to doing that.
Oh yeah, I've been meaning to ask, man. What is it? What happened with the? Are you still doing a service
What?
company for the
What, healthcare? I was doing health
no
insurance for a minute.
no what you were doing before with the
With T-Mobile?
we were talking. Yeah. What happened with that?
Man, well, I can still do
Oh
that.
no.
No. I can still do that shit, but you have to understand that shit's limited, bro. So in any type of sales field, especially when it comes to like service industries and stuff like that, it gets limited because if you sell to everybody, once you sell to everybody or the new thing is over, now it makes it harder to be able to get those sales. The thing I like about this,
You got saturated, huh?
yeah,
You got oversaturated.
basically, and at the same time is that I don't like investing in shit to where I don't have a tangible thing. That's where I think I fucked up before. To where I like this health. This why I'm doing this shit. Because this last thing that I was doing with health insurance, I spent money in trying to invest in this shit and everything like that, and then I still have to spend money in the marketing and everything like that. And that money that I put into that, I might not necessarily get that back. If I put $200 into a product or $150 in the headphones, at the end of the day, I still have $150 of headphones. You see what I'm saying? I can liquidate that shit.
Man, that's always gonna be better.
Right. That's all I'm saying is I'd rather do that.
Market
And at the same at the same time, when I was doing this back in what was that 2016, it wasn't like I was doing really bad. I just stopped doing it because I didn't have a space. I stopped doing it for one because the shit went down with my ex, and then two, I stopped having a space to be able to do that shit. But now that I got my own crib and enough space to kind of be able to hold the shit, it's like, why not do that shit, man?
Yeah, man, get you a little shed, man.
But here it is, right here, bro. So
get you a little storage shed, G.
Man, my storage shed right now is this goddamn.
And matter of fact, man, why don't you, G? Look, how much is it worth, Ken?
What?
How much is it worth, man? I come build you a little shed, man.
I can't, bro. I don't have a place to put a shed, bro. That's the thing.
You don't got a lawn or nothing?
No, bro. I'm on the top. I'm on the second level of a apartment complex.
Oh, goddamn, man.
Come on, man. I would have been did that shit if I could get it. That's why I keep trying to tell you, man. Like I can't. When I say I can't do this shit, I can't do that shit.
Fact, man. I'm trying to think, man. I'm trying to think. So you couldn't get like a little like a mobile trailer or something, like buy like an old motorcycle trailer or something like that.
No.
Damn, man. That's one thing that's underrated about having like
a house,
like a lawn and shit like that. Is like that's just extra space that you can use for different shit.
You right, because they do got the lawn stuff down
complex. Like that's gonna be tough, man, for both.
EV charger. Okay, so I'm trying to see how they would look this shit up on eBay. Because when I look it up, these motherfuckers is going for $1,500 brand new, which means I know they're going for like $700-800. Okay, here we go. All right, so all of these charging things at home are going for about $500. So I'm the one that I'm thinking of getting. I don't know. It would be like $200, and then I got my little resale thing to where I can get that shit tax free. So it would just be a straight $200, but I don't know if I want to risk that shit. But I do. There is another thing that I want to get to though, is they have this curved Samsung monitor, and they got it marked at $89. So it would be $45 if I get that bitch tomorrow. And I know that bitch will sell for 150 easy. Well, at least $100 easy.
Nah, my point, my question to you is this: are you sure that's gonna be there when you get that nigga?
You right. Well, that's why you got to be the first one, man. That's just the nature of the game, man.
I understand that, but I'm saying like you better be with, like if it's a flip worth making, you better be out that bitch like you waiting for some Jordans,
I am.
nigga.
Oh, trust me, bro.
Like you
Trust,
gotta be there before it opens, really. I
trust.
gotta be honest.
And they are. It's gonna be
Because
several of us out
if you
there.
live in a decent sized city, man, like
That's
there's
what I
other
like.
people that sell that shit.
Right, but it's a lot of thrift places over here. But no, you're right. I definitely got to be out there. And I'm gonna be out there tomorrow. So yeah, it's this monitor right here. CR50, a Samsung 32 inch, new day 276. So I'm thinking I'll be able to sell it for about 150. I get it for 40, $50. Maybe.
Hey, tell Courtney she's full of shit, G. Tell Courtney she's full of shit, G. She always got some kind of goddamn excuse, man, about how she can't show up and shit. G.
Man, it is what it is,
God,
man.
hell no, man. Don't make no goddamn sense. G.
It is what it is. It is what it is on that shit. But no, the main thing I want to get into though, as far as the flipping game though, is I'm not even flipping. It wasn't flipping at that. I was just becoming a car dealer. But I want to get into that. There's so much fucking money into that shit, bro. And to me, you can't go wrong. You can't go wrong with getting a car because there's a baseline level of what a car is going to be worth, especially if somebody comes to check it out and they can see that it's a mechanically sound car. There's a baseline level at that shit.
How are you finding leads on those type of things? G?
Auctions, bro. So here
What
they
about
have a
what
uh
about just like you said you use Facebook too, right?
for
Like the
what?
local Facebook marketplace.
Yeah, well that's what I sell on. That's not where I source from though. You can source from Facebook
But
though.
like even I mean even for like just even just for looking for, because for instance when I was computer shopping, right? I know I told you about that shit,
Nah.
right? Oh, goddamn, has it been that goddamn long?
Well, it's been about four. That's why I said I had a whole list there because I was going to talk about
Man?
how long it's been and the
Did
nigga
I?
catching up and shit.
Oh, it ain't been that long, man. I told you I got a gaming computer, right?
No, you didn't. So it has because we haven't actually had a talk since what was that, December?
Mm. Well, no, I had I was looking for a because you've seen that I've been doing like 3D animation and shit like that,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, I see that.
Yeah, but that's because I got that new that gaming computer to the point where I can do shit like that. Like you
See,
can't just be doing that on no cheap laptop.
you right, and
But
that's where you got to me. You got an advantage. I'm not gonna lie, because I can't get a fucking gaming computer for cheap because everybody around here wants to be a goddamn crypto miner.
no, but no,
It's,
here's my thing. Here's my thing. Here's my thing. I'm gonna tell you like this. I'm gonna tell you like this. There's always when I say cheap, for what I basically wanted was something to where I'm not going to have no, number one, I want something that can be upgraded. So I had to get a desktop. And number two, I want something that I'm not going to have to upgrade, but it's going to allow me to do the things that I want to do at a fast pace and with a
right.
lot of processing power. And for me, my price range ended up about being in the $1,000 range. Now, usually, when I buy computers, I would like to have them cheaper and shit like that. But after like weeks and weeks and weeks of research on this particular thing and looking on eBay, looking on Amazon, wherever, I found the technology, the level of technology that I wanted, and I did buy it new. But it was still around like 1,000, around like 1,000 for a computer that could really, if I was to sell it, um, it would be something like probably 1,500 plus or something like that. But they had it a thing at Walmart of all places. But that doesn't matter when it comes to certain things because they're just a fucking sales space. They're not the one
Right.
producing it or whatever. So I was able to grab one of those and shit like that. But when I was my point was when I was competitively looking for shit like that, um, Facebook Marketplace, if you know exactly what you're looking for and how much it should be worth, which requires, general knowledge and whatever,
Yeah.
like you can definitely come up on
You
some
can.
decent shit, man.
You can.
On
You
the
can.
thing.
And what I'm saying is that you in a the thing about smaller cities or whatever is that while the supply is also is limited, the demand is also limited. So if you have somebody trying to sell their gaming PC or whatever in Springfield, there's not going to be too many people that are looking for
Oh, but
specific
I did
gaming
have to go out of
PCs.
town to get it though.
But how far out of town though?
I had to go to a store in Decatur, I think.
So Decatur. So that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. That's still small. That's still a relatively small thing to where you're not
Mhm.
competing. Here in
They
Dallas,
had that motherfucker in the back. It wasn't even in the
right.
front.
So here in Dallas, right, and this is what I'm running into. Like I said, everybody wants to be a goddamn crypto miner here. So I can't
No, that's
find a
that's everywhere though. Honestly, man, like
no.
the
But the
crypto
difference is
mining
that
has actually, and I was looking into this pretty goddamn heavily. The crypto mining had basically like fucking okay. So number one, they had the crypto mining, and number two, they had the shortage of not only chips but specifically um there was a shortage of GPUs of a
exactly
certain whatever and shit like that. That was doubly compounded by all these people buying them up in bulk
right.
because they wanted the
And
crypto mining and shit like
skyrocketing
that.
that shit, bro. What I'm saying
So
is that in your stuff though, so when that shit skyrockets, then the used it's the same thing with the car market. The used shit skyrockets too. But in
yeah,
your specific situation though, your stuff is gonna stay at a leveled line. Because most of those people aren't trying to ship. They don't motherfuckers in Springfield and Decatur, shit like that, they don't really fuck with just like shipping some stuff out and hoping to get paid.
yeah,
They want to do that
I
shit
was trying
locally.
to buy a used one. Honestly, I was trying to buy a used one, but number one, the niggas on they didn't want to really meet. They didn't want to whatever, man. I was trying to go up to Chicago and see about a laptop. The niggas didn't want to answer my messages and shit like that.
Right, because
So at
Chicago,
the
because
end of
they
the
different.
day,
You gotta understand, Chicago is kind of like Dallas and how they think. That's why I'm saying the way that they think in like Springfield and Decatur is different. This is why you can probably still get a used car in Springfield and Decatur for like $800,000 because of how the market is there. And take that same car that's $800,000 and go to Chicago and probably flip it for like 2,500 because of how the market and shit is. Well, that's the same thing what I'm saying about the computer shit. You in an area to where you're local, you're right there in one of them smaller towns. Motherfuckers been trying to sell their shit, but they can't. But they don't want to actually ship it to nobody because they like to have cash in their goddamn hand. That's where somebody like you come in and be like, "Well, shit, motherfucker, you know you getting the really good at the you actually kind of fucking them over, but they don't know that shit."
capitalism, baby.
Yeah, yeah, you're
That's
right.
capitalism, man. You gonna get what you gonna get now. Now go feed your kids, nigga, and give me this
Well, that's
give
what
me
I'm
this
saying though,
laptop,
because
man, for
gee,
cheap.
I look so this laptop that I got here, which is a really nice laptop, because I got it. I just wanted to upgrade my laptop to make sure I can game and shit like that. I had to search to the end of the goddamn world to get this shit, and it's still nowhere near a good ass laptop like I really want. And I still ended up
What
spending
did
like
what did you get?
it's an i7, it's an Asus i7 with a Integrated NVIDIA GTX.
Oh, oh, integrated. It's tough,
No,
man.
no, it's not integrated. It's a hold on, I'll tell you. This thing
Is it
right
a
here.
dedicated?
It's a
Oh, okay. Wait a minute.
yeah.
Hold
It's
on now.
dedicated.
You got the wait, let me see. What it's the GTX
Let me
what?
turn this light off.
GTX 8. Oh, all right. Hey man, yeah, we can't win them all, man. But but look,
It ain't what
it'll
I
get
really wanted, but it did enough for me to be able to play
it'll get
League
you
a
where
little
you
bit.
need to go, man. It'll
Yeah.
get you where you need to
But
go,
it ain't what
man.
I want. What I wanted is an actual dedicated GPU because I have a desktop here already. But again, I
Yeah,
can't find a fucking
gaming on a
GPU.
laptop is just
You can do it,
gaming
but
on a laptop.
it's not ideal. It's not
No,
ideal.
it's not.
It's
It's
not
not at
ideal.
all.
Uh,
Just the heat, G. Just the heat that a laptop generates, and they always have poor airflow and shit like that. Is so it's like
you're right.
that's,
They're limited.
it's frying your components, man. Like whenever you do heavy lifting
Heavy
on a
gaming.
laptop.
If you're doing heavy gaming, you're right. You both to. So I have a cooling fan that how it sits on top of that shit, but that shit only cools it so much. And like you say, they're limited and they're always um,
Nah.
they're as far as their longevity, they don't last that long. But
Like I held off getting a desktop for so I held off getting a
why?
desktop for so long, G,
Oh, bro, I
because
can't
I
live
like
without a
to have
desktop.
all in one. I like that shit. But I finally, when I got serious about a workhorse, high power computer for a price that's going to be, not ridiculous, it was just like the price ranges are equitable for less performance.
Yeah,
What I actually got was like, man, dude, gee, it's way better than the motherfucking after I did all the goddamn research on processors and how many cores and all this
bro, I
video
thought you was
memory and all
up
this
on
shit.
game on. I thought you was up on game on the CPU
No,
shit, bro.
I am now. I am now
Ah,
because
you could have just
I
asked
had to
me,
do that.
man.
I had to do that. I had to do that because look, here's my thing. I never really competitively shopped for a lap or I never really competitively shopped for a top tier PC before. But it's the same. Like, gee, this is something that you kind of might notice about me is when I get serious about something where I'm going to have to invest more than like a little amount of money, that's when I'm going to dive in deep. And
Right.
then I'm just gonna learn everything about that bitch for like a month before I even like, consider making like a whatever. That's what I did with that e-bike or with the motorcycle, whatever. That's what I did with the laptop. It was just one of those types of things. And then once I got all the information and I'm over subscribed to all these fucking YouTube channels about computers and I can't stop watching them now. But after I did all of that shit, you know what I'm saying? I came to the best conclusion um about that just the aspect of using a laptop for gaming
You could have just
is
asked me
just
about that shit, G.
no, dude. I had to go through this little journey, man.
I see. I could have told
In
you
depth,
that shit.
in
The
depth.
whole purpose of a laptop, the main purpose of why a laptop is usually expensive is literally for the portability of it. That's the main selling point is the portability of it. And then the ease of use of a laptop. And everything is all in one. You ain't really got to do too many exponents changes. But if you're actually
Mm.
talking about serious gaming and serious graphic design, a desktop is going to outshine a laptop any day. And it's also going to come at a
Now
much.
they do got some code. I'll tell you, they do got some cold ass laptops out now.
You will
Um,
never ever get a laptop for the price that you're going to pay for that laptop. You will never get a laptop that can match a actual desktop PC, especially if you
no, I
actually know
know
how to
that.
build it yourself. You would
No,
never
I
be
know
able to
that.
do that.
I know that.
You'd never be
And
able to
the
match
the
that
other
shit.
thing was just the fact that I know that I can always, even though I got a what is it? A 3060 Ti, I think, or something like that. Man, I can no 3060 RTX perhaps. It's one of those. Whatever it was, man. I already fucking did my research and shit like that.
Yeah.
It's good. but but yeah, you're never gonna find no, I was saying even though I got that, part of the other appeal of the whole desktop thing is that, if at any point in time I want to upgrade that, number one, I can sell that bitch in and of itself. And then, but number two, I can just literally plug in a 3080 or a 3090 or whatever the fuck,
Right.
even better at some point, and just upgrade that shit.
You're right.
And you can't do that with a laptop.
No,
You
you
can't
can't.
do that
It's
with a
literally
laptop.
said the upgradability of a laptop is very limited. You can upgrade the memory, you can upgrade the hard drive. You can
Right.
technically upgrade the processor, but by the time you do that, you might as well just get
Oh
another
no,
laptop.
no. You don't need to be doing all that shit. You probably gonna fuck around and break your shit. You trying to trying to put a new processor in a laptop, G.
That's why I say if you're gonna do that, you might as well just get a different laptop. But the things that are easily upgradable in a laptop are gonna be your memory and your hard drive. Pretty much
Oh
it.
yeah, yeah. I was doing all that shit in the past, but just for, and also I don't never take my laptops out the house, so I'm basically using them like
Like
desktops
a
to begin
desktop.
with.
That's what most people are doing. That's what I had to explain this shit to my ex, to May. Like, why the fuck are we getting a laptop? What the fuck is the point of having a laptop? So you got suckered in because you were in college and got a laptop, and they told you that you needed a laptop for college, which that was the biggest
Right.
fucking load of bullshit. Fucking
I
bullshit.
mean, I mean,
Because
in
the
college, it was
I
kind of
can't.
useful
For
to have a
me,
laptop.
the laptop stayed. That's why I switched to a desktop in college. The laptop was in my goddamn dorm room 90% of the time. Literally,
Mm,
90% of the time it didn't leave that bitch. The only
yeah.
time I would bring the laptop
I like
out,
to go to the little college library, man. See
yeah,
the
to try
see
to
the
pick up
kids.
some chicks. And I
Yeah,
wasn't doing that
yeah,
shit. So for me, thank you. You're not even using the laptop like you're supposed to be using that shit. That shit is just a decoy.
When I'm picking over the top, like, hey, what's going on? How y'all
Because
doing?
you know what, you
Oh,
know
what
how I
y'all
noticed that
studying?
shit was when I was going through the when I was going through my little homeless
What's your
thing or
major,
whatever
man?
in Seattle. And I noticed that that's the biggest lick. If you just have the laptop, you can always find that one little hot ass girl that might be sitting next to herself or whatever. You just, hey, you might sit right here across from me real quick.
Yeah, yeah, man. I'm just studying, man.
So,
What? Oh, do
what
you
you
go to college
studying?
here?
Oh,
Oh
yeah.
yeah. What's happening?
It's always a good ass way to build up a conversation. That aspect I
That's the
love.
beauty. That's the beauty of me. That's the beauty of me looking so damn youthful, man. Because I go up there, I'll be like, oh yeah, I'm 23.
No, I hit him
I'm
with that.
23, man. I go here too, man. What's going on?
Bro, I don't know. I ain't gonna lie. I've been fucking around that much lately. But one thing I noticed, these girls don't like youthful motherfuckers as much as they say that they like youthful motherfuckers.
Yeah, probably not.
I know they don't. They don't.
Probably not.
They
Probably
don't.
not.
That shit, like they say that shit. You know how motherfuckers just be capping on the internet because they don't want to feel like they're
I don't
stupid.
know if they even really say that, G.
But I'm
I
saying, like,
do.
if you ask a girl, like, well, at least one of these like modern ass stops, you ask one of them motherfuckers, oh yeah, I want me a motherfucking swole ass person that's like 23, 24. Motherfucker, they not looking for that shot. If you actually look through who they're talking to, most of them motherfuckers they talk to got a few little grades and shit like that. But they're not looking for that youthful shit.
Sometimes, man. Sometimes. I like being. I like being 30, but I like having deniability.
Right,
You
I
know
get
what
what
I'm
you're
saying?
saying.
You know what I'm saying? Like she said. You know what I'm. So like I could be 23 to 24. You know what I'm saying? Like it's
Yeah.
not that much of a goddamn stretch, especially if you know what I'm saying, man. I clean up my. I don't really think I look that much different from the time when I was those motherfucking ages
Yeah,
anyway.
you do.
Like as
Go
far
back and
as
look at some pictures. Go back and look at some pictures. I
no,
gotta
what
do
I
that.
mean is
I
what
gotta
I
do that
mean
dumbass shit. I'll be looking. Man,
that's
I mean, I got a
further.
little bit
No,
great, but I
no,
don't
no,
look that
no, no.
different.
What I mean is I got like more facial hair, nigga. Like but that's what I mean. Like I don't have like hella fucking facial lines and shit in and of age.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. That indicate like when I go places, like when I'm in public, like when I'm just traveling on the train, I've had multiple times people think I'm like fucking people think I'm like fucking high school and shit sometimes or like 19, 20 something. Like people niggas do never guess that I'm fucking 30 something, man. Ever.
Got that youthful
Ever.
look.
I don't know if it's because I'm skinny, but also
Yeah,
I've
that's
always
part of
been
it.
like had a baby face as well to
Nah,
like you know what I'm
a
saying?
big part of it is because you're in shape. Because, like I said, I know I'm fat as hell, and I thought I was just an outlier. But then I looked to my left and looked to my right, and I'm like, all of these motherfuckers look just like me. I'm not an outlier. I'm just normal.
Well, you don't gotta justify this shit, man.
I ain't
You don't gotta
justifying
come up with
shit.
some kind of damn.
I ain't justifying shit. I'm just telling you what the truth.
You talking about
The,
everybody fat, so why not me too?
I'm just telling you the truth.
Come on, man.
No,
Come
no,
on,
no. But I'm
man.
saying that's why you have an advantage because most of these people are when they see somebody that's 30 and they, especially if you're like coming out of high school or just in college, in your head, 30 might as well be 40, might as well be 50. I don't know why
Yeah.
that shit is, but it
Oh, it
just
is.
is.
Even to me.
Right? You see what I'm
Even to
saying?
us. If you think about it,
So
like if you think about what we thought about 30-year-olds when we were like fucking 20 something niggas, like,
like that's
yeah.
old. Which I get it,
That's
right?
yeah.
So when they think about older people, they have a certain expectation. They're a little bit bigger,
Right.
fatter. They have a, you know what I'm saying? And so you don't meet the expectations of the typical 30 simply by being in shape and shit like that. That's automatically going to be a damn. You look young as hell. And really, what they're saying is, shit, you ain't as fat as these other goddamn 30-year-olds. That's what I'm saying. You got that advantage on the motherfucker.
God damn,
That's
man.
basically what they're
Gee,
saying.
you telling the truth, gee, but you really telling the truth. You really telling the truth because I've seen a whole lot of people that I grew up with, and a lot of them got big, man.
Cause that's
A
just
lot of
life,
them
nigga.
have
Shit.
gotten bigger.
You know
So
what?
I
You know
look
why
at that as
motherfuckers
that's
get.
a normal part. I
Yes.
look at that as more of like a normal thing, man, for people to gain weight. But you know what I noticed, man, is that the main people. Well, hold on a second.
What up? What you listening for?
Oh no, I think my little brother might be home. I might have to go see what's going on with him. But yeah, but what I was saying, man, is that like I look at that. What I notice is that people who are larger, right? People who were big growing up didn't actually get that much bigger. They
You
just
right.
stayed more or less the same size. But the people who was more skinny, those are the people who actually gain
No.
more weight.
Here's what
That's what
I
I know.
noticed: is the people that were actually fat asses in high schools, they're the ones in middle school and high school. They're the ones that are actually in better shape now as adults.
Sometimes,
From
or
what
they
I've
will
seen,
stay the
from what
same.
I've seen, because I can name two people offhand who's like, I did not think your ass is ever gonna lose weight, and it's the people who were generally athletes, like real athletes, like athletes from when they were in middle school and high school. Them the motherfuckers that's got big. But I think what happens, it isn't no theory. This is just fact. I'm just basing this off my own personal experience. So let me not attribute this to everybody. But when you go from doing that shit for 6, 7 years of your youthful life, so you weren't able to after school. Your after school regimen was doing homework and then going to football practice and then going to sleep for 6, 7 goddamn years like you was a goddamn semi-professional athlete. Once you get done doing that shit, you just cut that shit cold turkey and you start eating in a way that you start you stay eating in a way um, that you were still doing when you were an athlete, but you don't work out. You get lazy basically. And then once you get lazy,
G,
motherfuckers don't want to do that shit
you
no more.
wanna know the secret, G? You you wanna know the secret to something that I realized, right? Okay, look at my schedule, right? I might wake up. I might wake up on any given Sunday, right? I'll wake up and then I'll game for no, number one, I've already been asleep for 6 to 8 hours. So that's 6 to 8 hours. Then I might wake up and game for 4 to 6 plus hours, especially, you know what I'm saying, or do something that's creative or whatever the fuck I'm doing.
Right.
But I may, in a given 24-hour period, I may spend over 10 to 12 something hours not eating at all for the first time that day because I'm focused on other things and shit like that.
Right.
And I don't know if that's necessarily healthy to begin with. I mean, it's really probably not, but I'll be like drinking water, eating like fucking sugar-free gum or some shit, and just fucking gaming. But I'm spending 10 something, literally half of the day of every day not eating anything. And then when I do eat, it's not like I eat a lot.
Right.
So no matter what, like it would just really be impossible for me to gain weight. Um, it would be, and if somebody else was to adopt my habits, they would definitely end up losing weight.
Right.
Like for sure. Just because, like, and I don't be trying to do this shit, G. I don't try to do this shit. I actually enjoy eating quite a bit, and you know what I'm saying. But when I'm focused on other things, if I don't have food right near me or right in my vision, I'm probably not going to go out of my way to eat.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's just like, if somehow people can build that sort of shit into their lifestyle to the point where whatever, like at a caloric deficit. And I'm not even trying to be at a fucking caloric deficit. In fact, I was, trying to bodybuild and build muscle and shit like that. But I just I don't have it to where I'm gonna fucking be eating a protein shake every fucking 5 minutes. So it's actually really difficult to gain weight and do shit like that. But I guess it could be helpful, like if you like trying to lose weight, to fucking just switch up your habits and shit like that.
It is.
Like,
you gotta also think though. A lot of, and again, I guess I don't want to use it as an excuse, but it is an excuse. I don't use it. I don't give a fuck anyway. A lot of motherfuckers like leaving parents, bro, and are stressed out from just doing activities of a parent and doing shit like that, to where that eat shit becomes a goddamn sort of like a pleasure type of thing. You know what I'm saying?
that's my thing. My pleasure, the way that gaming, that's gaming is my guilty pleasure. But other than that, doing some sort of creative shit to where I can produce something, that I think is cool.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's the type of shit that I, also enjoy, man.
I'm just thinking, like I said, I'm sure that people way smarter than me have done these studies and shit like that on, why motherfuckers in their 30s and 40s, gain weight. But typically, I mean, I know some of it has to do with like metabolism slowing down and
I don't know. I don't know.
Shit like that.
I gotta be honest with you, man. I kind of feel like that's some bullshit.
I don't know. I'm just going off of what I've kind of looked at.
My whole motherfucking life, G. And it's not like I now gain weight easier than I did before. Like I don't.
Right. And I think that's another thing. It does have to do with your genes. Some people are just never going to be fat. My daughter, I could tell she is never going to be a fat person. My son, he's going to be like me. Motherfucker, you're going to have to work out. And them pounds are going to fucking add up real quick. And it's going to be a lot harder to lose than it was to gain.
But look, man, if you... Okay, so do you think that it's your responsibility to set an example for him?
Oh yes, 100%.
As far as that sort of thing,
100%. Which is why the first piece of setting example that I did was stop gaming so goddamn much. Like I said, I gotta take this shit one step at a time. I just can't cold turkey on all this shit. Look, man, I'm growing just like they growing. That's the thing that people don't understand about being a parent. Like, when you a kid looking at a parent, you think that these motherfuckers just got it all together. But you don't realize that as they're aging. We also aging at the same time. This is some new shit. Like I said, I'm trying to go from being able to game and do shit on my own damn time to having to do to, like you say, set that example and shit like that. So, and I was trying to do that at first. I was trying to be that, super wholesome person and do this shit right, but they got relapsed hard as hell. So I was like, okay, I got to do this shit one step at a time. So the first example that I set is one, to not be gaming so goddamn much. Because why? I rage when I game, and the one thing I don't want to do is like yell at a goddamn computer screen, because that passes on to him. And I noticed he started doing that shit, so like, okay, I gotta stop this shit, so I can tell him that's not doing that shit. Because I don't want to tell him, hey, stop raging at the goddamn computer when I do that same shit. You see what I'm saying? So I had to stop
look,
that.
I might look. That's one thing. That's one thing, man. I'll tell you about emotional reactiveness, man. Now that's the part that might get me sometimes. You motherfucking games. I'll tell you that one.
That get everybody body, but
oh man, boy, man, man, why did they put this shit in this game? Why did they put this in the game? This should be banned.
You're right.
Yeah,
and I've done that, and
it really should be, man. But I don't know, man. It's just like, I don't know, man. Once is enough. I'll put it that way. Like, you shouldn't be mad at the same thing more than once.
That
makes sense.
I understand what you said. That sounds good how you say that shit, but I've played enough video games to understand.
In principle, man.
In principle, that sounds good.
Goddamn situation. It's like once, okay, you get mad once. I get it. After that, you just gotta be like, oh Jesus fucking Christ. Like, it might still irritate you, but you shouldn't get mad at it.
Yeah, again. But like you say, them emotional responses aren't logical. So, because emotional responses aren't logical, the reaction that you have to that emotional response is going to always be the same. You might
I understand it, but if you can comprehend that shit logically, man, you gotta.
Some shit ain't you can comprehend that it's logic, but you understand, like you say, it's some bullshit. And the reason why you call it bullshit,
I had to rationalize it to myself. Like, okay, I understand the company wants to make money, so they put this bullshit in the game, and now I gotta fucking deal with it. You know what I'm saying? I can only be so mad. I can only rage about that shit for so long. And it's also kind of, I don't know, man. I don't know. I definitely do not rage. Like, when I was younger, I was very angry. Especially about shit like that. Like, and then like, for instance, you remember Final Fantasy, man?
Yeah.
I had bought that, man, and I got to Safer Sephiroth, and I didn't have any sort of way to dispel that nigga's barrier, man, and I just broke the game, man. I just took it out.
See, I never, okay, as a gamer, I never raged at the computer. I never have gotten so.
Oh no, I was no. That's what I took it out on. I was like, I literally took the disc out.
It broke that.
I broke that shit, man. And it wasn't like I was balling, man, like to where I could just easily buy another one. And this was before all this eBay and shit, so it's not like I could just easily replace it. Like,
no, that's that emotional response.
I just that shit like I was mad.
Nigga, that's that emotional response. Honestly, that's a healthy way. Honestly,
it does not happen the same way, G. Like, it just does not, bro, man.
Even though
like,
you
at
broke
the most,
game,
I might punch a pillow or something like that, G. But like, I never, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. I'm grown, man. Grown, man. You can't be doing shit like that, man.
Right, you can't be doing that shit like that.
Expensive devices and
but
shit.
Nigga, if them emotions take over, that shit happens. Nigga, that happens to, again, when you get into, like, you, I know you know this, but when you get into them emotions and stuff like that, emotions are what make you like childlike. That's one of the most childlike things you can do. The most emotional you get, the more childlike you become, and the more reactive and outcomes of childlike things you're gonna have.
That's why you gotta work on that shit and integrate.
Okay, well,
integrate your
you're right. You're right.
Adult stuff, and then you gonna have an easier goddamn time.
And one of the most, and then when it comes to that type of shit like that, like I said, I like Kanye's advice on that shit. Okay, The easiest way to not kill yourself is to stop being around people that make you want to kill yourself. Well, apply that shit to the fucking game. The easiest way to
You
not
can't do that because look,
rage is to simply
if you stop playing, then you
simply
lost.
stop playing games that make you want to
No, 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 you can't do that. Listen, man, I don't got too many addictions, man, but that's definitely probably one of them, man.
Thank you.
Like I
See,
can't,
that's why you can't do that because your ass is
I
addicted.
can't
The
stop.
first
I can't
step, the
stop.
first
But at the
step is
same
admitting.
time, I'm not gonna be going crazy over the shit. I'm not gonna be able to go crazy over the shit, but like one or two goddamn times, man. Then after that, it just is what it is, man. You know,
Yeah,
I
I
might have
had to
to take
step
a
away
break.
from it.
I might have to go watch some anime. I might have to do some other shit, but like, I'm not
I
gonna
can't.
keep fucking going
I ain't gonna
crazy
lie.
over it.
Look, when it comes to gaming, like I said, I'm a super competitive person. That's all I play is like when it comes to actual games that I play on a consistent basis, they've always been competitive as games. And I've explained this before when we were talking about the whole dual monsters thing and stuff like that. When I talk about League, League is a game to where there's shit that happens in that game to where it's just bullshit. And the thing about that game is to where, again,
It
with
also does
duels,
depend on the type of game, right?
you're right. In that game, it's a
If you
competitive
losing a
game to
fighting
where
game, G, where somebody is just over here like whooping your ass,
no,
like
no, no.
it's
I would
different
never get
from.
mad at that because that's on me. I don't like, and this is why I said I had to stop playing League. I don't like playing games to where I lose because somebody else is fucked up.
Oh
Because
no, I wouldn't
they're
even play
fucking
certain
up.
shit in the first place,
But
man.
that's what I'm saying though. But that's what I'm saying. But my competitive thing is I still want to win this game. So
Ah.
when I go into the match again, like I said, I played the last time I played League was maybe a week and a half or 2 weeks ago. And again, I
Bro,
hadn't
you
played
would
in a
need like a
minute.
team. G. That's the only way I can see something like that.
You're right,
You would
but
literally
that's
need
not
like a
how that
different
game is
team.
designed. That game is not designed for you to be on teams. They have
I'm
a
gonna have the
whole
Chinese.
different
I'm gonna
ranking
know the
system.
same Chinese nigga that's logging on to be on my goddamn team. That's all I'm saying, G. Like I'm
But
gonna
that's not
know
how that
him.
game. What I'm
Too,
saying is that
man.
that's simply not how that game was designed. But that's why I say that's why I had to just
Yeah.
step away from the game because I had to just come to the realization that okay, I know I'm not the best person at this game, but I know I'm not as bad as this fucking game is trying to make me seem. But it's one of those games to where you have to grind up, and they do that shit purposely. They do the shit that literally, like if you play enough League of Legends, you'll realize, okay, this shit is done purposely. You could be on a fucking 10 game win streak and not doing shit. You're just being carried throughout the entire games. You ain't doing shit. But then you can reverse that shit to where you're doing the carrying on every single game, but you're on a 6 or 7 loss streak because you get trolled 55 2 times in a row that just runs it down. But because they don't give a fuck, but it still impacts you. Matter of fact, they get solace out of making sure that you lose
Oh
because they're on
no.
their alt account.
But
But the
look, I
game
usually
does
don't.
that
I
shit on
usually don't play some shit
purpose.
like that, man. Because I'm gonna have to go. Because when certain shit happens, I already be like, G, if I ever find this nigga, G, I'm gonna beat him ass. So I'm like, I definitely can't play no game where like the niggas on my team, man, and you over here
But
like,
that's what I'm saying though. That's what League of Legends is. And again,
yeah,
like you
man.
say, you can get addicted to the game. I ain't gonna lie, I got addicted to League of Legends. So if you were addicted to the shit, obviously you still would have played the shit because you want the outcome of whatever it is that end goal, whether it's getting the plat or
So
getting
they don't have any sort of mode where it's just entirely on you.
no.
You have
That's
to rely on other people always,
yes, that's
and they're
literally
random people.
a core concept of the game is teamwork. Where five random ass well, 4 random ass motherfuckers that you have to hope are going to do their part and not screw you over.
So you can't do team building. You can't have anybody else that you know to join your team.
You can you can have one other person join. That's called a duo.
Okay.
But as far as you gotta understand, a duo could be a help or a hindrance because if you got 2 people, they're by themselves. They could be doing some fucked up shit to where they're actually hurting the team, and the team is telling them, "Yo, you guys are fucking up." They don't want to hear anything that you gotta say because they a duo. You see what I'm saying? It can help and it can hurt, but the way that the league does it is they always match a duo against another duo. So now it just becomes who got the better duo? Did they get the better duo, and then we get the better duo? If they got the better duo, it doesn't matter what you do individually because they simply have the better duo because they have two people that are coordinated and actually trying to fucking win the game. The other duo that gets they ass beat once they get down about 2-0 inside the lane, they basically give up. They don't care anymore. So now you got two people that are holding the other three people hostage. You can't just quit the game. Well, you can't quit the game, but then you get punished for quitting that game because you don't want to waste your time. That's why I just quit playing that goddamn game, man.
I would never would have started, man. That sounds like some bullshit all the way.
But you don't know. Look, man, you don't know until it's too late. It's like any addiction. You know, like motherfuckers don't. You think motherfuckers want to get addicted to crack? You think motherfuckers want to get addicted to crack?
The way my personality is set up, man, no way. Man, I just, man, no way.
But
I'm
like
fine
I said,
with any competitive PvP thing, but it has to be versus me and nobody else. Like now, there was this game called Dragon Fighter Online or Dungeon Fighter Online, my bad, and they do have 2-on-2 in PvP, and that shit is fun as a motherfucker.
That's different though.
Like a lot going on the screen and shit. That shit is fun.
I know you.
Especially
that's like wild.
Like a good person, but even if you compare it with a fucking bad person, some niggas are so cold that they'll solo the other two people just solo the whole goddamn team, and then you just watch it like, god damn. It's a cold motherfucker. But that shit is fun.
That's like twos and WoW. That's actually what got it. That's actually what really got me in the game was World of Warcraft. Doing nothing but PvP. Nothing but fucking PvP. I love that shit. And then, like I said, I got introduced to League of Legends and stopped playing World of Warcraft because I got tired of how they were treating the PvP system, and then got addicted to that shit. But yeah, I haven't actually played that game. Yeah, I think my last back was, like I said, about a week and a half. No, 2 weeks ago. Over 2 weeks ago, actually. I ain't gonna lie. Whenever I get on that shit now, I've become the perpetual troll. Cause I ain't gonna lie. I don't do no warm up matches. I don't do shit. I'm going straight into rank. And if I feel like this team is about to be on some bullshit, I'm like, y'all can report me all that you want. You see, I play every 2 goddamn weeks. I've become the person that I hated. This is what you motherfuckers have created.
Tough, man.
And they always ask me, well, why are you doing this? I'm like, man, you gotta understand, I've been playing this goddamn game for the last 6-7 years. You motherfuckers did it to me. I ain't saying you guys did it, but I'm just giving the universe back what the universe gave me.
Oh, man,
this is a rite of passage for you motherfuckers. Like, get ready to.
You gotta be inspirational, man. You gotta be inspirational.
That's the thing about that game, though. Like I said, one person can screw up your entire team. And ain't shit that they can do about it but just report you. And the report doesn't do shit. They lost their goddamn match and they wasted 45 minutes of their goddamn time.
All right, G, man. I think it's about time to wrap it up, man. Call it a day.
Yeah, that's good, man. Yeah, we right at 2:30. It's not too bad. It's unfortunate.
Man, just we already knew, man. If she not here when it starts, you just might as well just say reschedule.
I'm trying to get to that serious conversation because, man, even though I already know what happened, I just need you to verbalize this shit. I need you to. So you went back with that thing. You went back with that nigga after all that goddamn shit.
Man, go ahead, man. Have fun exploring that shit. I'm going back to gaming and entertaining, man. That's how I'm.
Well, yeah, man. Rest in peace to Mr. Kevin Samuels. That shit is crazy, man. That shit is still crazy. It's like, I think people are really just giving their initial reaction, but I don't think it's really sunk in. Like, goddamn. That's it. That shit could be the end of the goddamn movement. Because like you said, there's not really a person that can really 100% replace Kevin Samuels because they don't have that where he was at. He was at a level to where, again, he was affecting people who actually have influence.
Nobody can touch that, man. Nobody can touch it.
I appreciate, like I said, I did get to talk to him twice, briefly, but it was twice. So I do appreciate the little interactions that we had, and little moments of time that we did be able to, have our little exchanges and everything like that. So, but yeah, man, shitty situation. Hey, start getting more active on your TikTok, man.
Oh shit, I am, nigga. I am.
I ain't seen you be posting nothing.
Oh, gee, but look, okay, so look, music. No, I'm not posting on that motherfucking shit, nigga. I got a few goddamn TikTok, nigga. That's just one of them. But look, I don't when it comes to music, I'm not going to I don't regularly just make songs. You do what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's the quality to where I would necessarily want to post it. And that's never gonna be like a TikTok where I'm like just randomly, you know what I'm saying, talking or anything like that. Like it's always gonna be something that's probably like either well thought out, like a pre-written freestyle or like some cold ass beat that I made or something like that. But it's not gonna be like a random music TikTok. It's just gonna be like sort of like an artist.
I mean, do you have a
Like
random
artist cover sort of artist dashboard sort of thing?
Well, do you
said
have
what?
I was gonna say, do you have a random TikTok use like a random TikTok profile?
Ooh. I got the comedy one, but
Well, your comedy one to have me on. Shit.
All right, I'm gonna find you, man. I'm gonna find you, man.
You ain't gotta find me, man. My user handle is the same thing everywhere. Godson King.
But,
I mean, I've kind of blown up on some of this shit. I ain't gonna lie. Like my last little few videos have been not doing too bad at all. But I'm trying to get to that 1,000 views. I mean, not 1,000 views, but 1,000 followers, because then I'll be able to go live. And I'm hoping that when I'm able to go live, that'll be able to gain me more followers and shit like that. But yeah, my shit's random. Obviously, you can see I don't have it.
No, that's fine because you don't necessarily specialize.
Specialize in what?
Oh, right. It's more like a personality vlog. What you think?
For me?
Yeah.
My shit's everywhere, man.
That's what I'm saying. Like that's like a personality vlog. It's not subject. It's not specialized.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Like you just basically being yourself or whatever like that.
Yep. Which is why, and the reason I keep it like that is because I was gonna try to do music shit, but I realized I'm not no goddamn musician like that, and I think I can sing, but I know I can't sing like that, and I think I can rap, but I know I can't rap like that. So when I do rap on that shit, understand that this is some jokey shit. It is not supposed to be taken serious. I think I'm doing dope, but I understand that it might not be dope to everybody else. But hopefully y'all can at least get a laugh about this shit. That's what I think you should do, though, bro. If you're gonna be on your music channel, man, you got to start copping on some of these Negroes beats and dropping some verses on their ass.
Yeah, man. We'll see what we see, man. Right now, I'm in a very I'm on this fucking Yu-Gi-Oh shit. G. They released a new version of Yu-Gi-Oh.
Duelist stuff.
They released. It's called Master Duel. And that shit I'm on that shit pretty goddamn heavy. And it's gonna be a while before I can de-establish my balance. Cause that shit really fucks with my balance.
That's why your ass ain't sleeping, right?
I mean that is what that is, man. But yeah. It's just one of those things, man. It's just one of those things. But yeah, man. See what's up with Courtney. Like I said, man.
Okay, buddy. All right, last question before we get up out of here. I know this is random as hell. Okay. One has to go. Lion King or The Incredibles, as far as the movies.
Oh, The Incredibles.
Okay, just making sure we on the same goddamn page.
The fuck? Nigga, I own the Lion King, man. Every black person did.
Oh yeah, I go over here.
That same little orange tape cassette. Oh no, that wasn't. It wasn't even orange.
No, orange tape cassette was Good Burger. Good Burger and Rugrats.
Yeah, Rugrats. But no. That's every person above a certain age is gonna say the Lion King. The only way you wouldn't say that is if you somehow came from like these new generation and shit, and it just wasn't part of your childhood codex. But I feel like that would be real difficult. Maybe if you were like, what?
Actually, all right, let me give you. It was 4 of them actually. All right, one has to go. Lion King, Toy Story, The Incredibles, or Finding Nemo.
Still, you said one has to go.
Yes,
You could keep one.
one has to go.
Okay, let me see. Wait, Sam again. What was the third one?
Lion King,
Yeah.
Toy Story,
Yeah.
The Incredibles, Finding Nemo.
Okay, Finding Nemo. Gone.
Ah, damn.
Gone.
I said Toy Story for me.
No, hell no. That's no. That's classic.
To me, Toy Story 2 is better than Toy Story. And to me, Finding Nemo is needed because Finding Nemo is one of the few movies to where a single father is actually put on display.
Oh, see, you biased.
You right, yes.
You biased towards Finding Nemo, but most people are probably not going to say that.
Right, because people don't look into the
Finding Nemo versus Toy Story. Most people in our generation is not going to be a competition.
And I don't understand that shit. Why is Toy Story so good? What do you motherfuckers get out of Toy Story?
I don't even really remember why it's so good.
Right, thank you. You don't even remember why it is. You probably don't even remember the story of Toy Story because Toy Story.
I do remember. I do kind of remember the story, man. But I'm just saying, like, I put it this way: I've only seen Finding Nemo one time, and I don't really remember that shit at all. Hardly.
Have you watched it as an adult?
Yes, I was an adult when I watched Finding Nemo.
I would say, like I said,
now as an adult, I'm just not someone who consumes this type of shit at all because I don't have kids. So there's
you don't even need. That's the thing. Well, yeah, you do probably want to have kids to watch Finding Nemo, but
like, why? What am I sitting up here watching fucking Frozen for as a 32-year-old goddamn man? I don't got no kids. I'm just in my house. Like, oh,
see, that's weird. That's weird. See, I didn't say nothing about no damn Frozen.
Encanto just came out. Yeah, let me check that shit out, man. You know what time it is.
You know,
the only way I'm gonna see these movies is if I'm dating a single mother, man. That's it. That's it.
Okay. There are. Here's what I'll say. There are some Pixar movies or Disney movies, period, to where you could watch them as an adult and you don't necessarily need
I'm not saying you can't because like I said, I've seen some of them because you know what I just said.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying I'm not going to sit there and choose to watch that shit.
Right, I get what you're saying.
Like it would never just occur to me to to do that shit, man.
But yeah, out of them 4.
Probably not.
Let me see if you got bias. Okay. If I removed Finding Nemo and inserted a Goofy movie, which one you picking? So now it's Lion King. We about to.
No, wait. Go ahead.
Lion King. Let's say I remove Finding Lion King, The Incredibles, Toy Story, a Goofy movie. One gotta go.
You know what? It's gonna be crazy, but I'll probably have to say Goofy movie, man.
All right.
Let me tell you, I'm just
revoking the black card.
Never really. I understand that movie is important to black people, but at the same time, I just don't really fuck with it like that. Like, I'm saying it's a classic. But that particular movie, I just don't really fuck with it like that. So, in that vein of things, I would say The Incredibles probably edges them out.
No, The Incredibles is a good movie. The Incredibles is an incredible movie.
Value, man. That's just that is what that is, man.
I think The Incredibles is probably the best Pixar movie to come out. Period. And I've seen pretty much all of them.
Just comparing these to all these. I said I got nothing against Pixar movies, but we just comparing them to all these other things that were like either a part of my childhood or I just like personally, man. And so here's a tier, right? I'll say Lion King, then underneath that Toy Story, and then underneath that The Incredibles, and then whatever else doesn't make the cut.
Right.
Out of the list that you had given so far and shit like that.
That's fair.
That
is fair. Well, basically, like I said, you brought up Frozen because Frozen is basically the same movie as Lion King, which is why I think my daughter liked it so much. But it's just a female. It's really basically a female version of Lion King. Like if you really,
I've not seen Frozen.
You don't need to see it. It's literally basically a female version of Lion King.
You're right. I don't.
You don't need to see it.
I don't. I won't.
Basically,
I mean, well, I will never say never because I might have a daughter someday, but other than that,
by the time you have a daughter, Meryl, it's gonna be a whole new set of the movies coming out. Frozen already old as hell. As far as kids are concerned.
Never know. But,
when are you gonna have? That's a good question. When is the actualized man, aka Stan, aka the Natty Negro, gonna have a son or a daughter?
Hey man, it'll happen when it happens. I'll put it that way. But it's not gonna be while I'm living in my mama's house. So there's that. I'm not gonna be one of them niggas, man. Be over there talking about some mom. Can you watch my kid? Man, can you watch your kid? You live here. Get a job, nigga. Hell. I mean, nah. No way. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't even put myself in a position to worry about some shit like that. Like, until I have my own established life, I'm not going to bring another life into the world, man.
That's fair.
Not willfully. Like, maybe some fucking bullshit happen, but
right. That's fair.
Nah.
That's responsible adulting. Something
Plan like B.
Like that. Oh, that's what I wanted to talk about. Damn, we have no time.
No.
You already know what I'm about to.
No. It's already when I'm doing 3 hours, nigga.
Well, I need Courtney here for this shit anyway. Well, I need your ass here too because you all about that goddamn gender fluidity shit. I can't wait.
Oh, wait.
That's gonna be for next time. But all right, so we go ahead and finish it out here. We're gonna go ahead and play for the one of the last times.
Oh man, damn man, it's gonna make a nigga drop a tear, man. I hate to see it. Damn.
Wait.
See now that's a nostalgia thing, G.
Right.
Now it's a nostalgia thing because we never gonna hear that shit on one of his live broadcasts again. Except in retrospect. Unless I don't know, some wild shit happens, like where the nigga's son come out. Because he does have a son, if I remember correctly, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, you never know, man. But that would be crazy, G. If he put that shit in his will, like my son will inherit my YouTube channel or something like that. To continue. That would be some boss shit.
There's a few songs. He got that Kiss the Ring song. Doo-doo, doo-doo.
Damn, man, that's crazy when I really think about it, G. That's really some sad shit, G. It didn't really set up, but that's really.
I told you for a lot of people. Though, what did I just say a few moments ago? For a lot of people that has not set in, man, it ain't set in.
Damn.
You got that one song, "Money World," dude.
Just play the classic, man. Just play the classic. Man.
All right, hold on.
We have to retire it, man.
Hold up. We go ahead and do I need to share the sound or you know what? I'll just upload this shit like this. You should be able to hear it to the mic.
Damn.
R. Sanders.
So tell your good night, 'cause I'll find a better one. Yeah, susceptible now before the moment flies. Ooh, so tell your good night, 'cause I'll find a better one. Ooh,
Man, that started to really propel the movie.
It's not a problem, no, 'cause I know what I'm getting into. Yes. Yeah. And nothing can stop me, no, 'cause I'm addicted to what you and I realize. Lead the way, I follow. No need to say where we are heading now, babe. I follow to the edge of it all. So tell your good night, 'cause I'll find a better one. Yeah, susceptible now before the moment flies. Before it flies. So tell your good night, 'cause I'll find a better one.
I gotta hear. You gotta hear what he did. How did you do it? Bobbity, bop, 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 and we out.
Oh man, damn.
Bobbity, bop, bop, bop. Rest in peace to Kevin Samuel.
All right.
All right, man.
Salute. Hey, respect, man. Kevin Samuel.
Damn, man. It is like I said, it ain't hit people like that yet. It'll start hitting people when they start hearing them damn tunes and realizing that ain't no other show on YouTube like his, and there will never be another show on YouTube like his. Yeah, he can be emulated and copied, but he cannot be replicated.
Man, that's crazy.
But yeah, once again, rest in peace to the legendary Mr. Kevin R. Samuels.
Man, that's crazy.
And it's still you women is average at best. Don't let it get to your head. Just cause that man no longer living don't mean you still ain't average at best.
All right, man.
All right. I don't know. I'll see about coming on tomorrow. I told her I might come on tomorrow, but I don't know. I got other shit I gotta do, man.
Hey, man, we'll see, man.
We'll see. We'll see.
We'll see what happens, man. We'll see what happens, man.
All right, man. Peace out.
All right,